Alright, guys. Welcome. Welcome to episode 1 of the Scuffed DT podcast. I'm joined here by my wonderful co-host, Trihex.
Yo, what's up?
I have earbuds in right now. It's actually really hard to talk without hearing my voice now. I'm actually so used to hearing my own voice in my head when I talk. It's really weird not to hear it now when I'm on stream. Do you hear your own voice when you talk, or no? Do you not have that set up that way?
Actually, I do. Yeah, I use a Go XLR mixer, and I really enjoy that I hear myself when I speak, so that
Yeah,
I can
because it's part of the mix.
adjust my pitch or whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Um. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so I've been traveling a lot. I went to France recently. Now I'm in Sweden, and then I'll be back in the U.S. in 2 weeks. You have been
Tight.
playing Super Mario Maker 2 recently.
Yep.
And then you were telling us about those experiences before we reset everything. So hit us up. What do you got?
Yeah, sorry about that again with the connection drop. Yeah, so what I was saying was that I don't know if we spoke about my past year or not, but when Mario Maker 1 came out in September 2015, before that released, I was a lot smaller than I am now. I was a 700 viewer streamer on a good day. Like my total peak viewership was 700, maybe more about 450 on average. And with Mario Maker, I immediately overnight was like tethered to the success of the game's release, because it was a viral wave of user generated content that had infinite supply, kind of like a Minecraft essentially. And I went from, I had like 4K viewers overnight, and then I maintained 8K viewers by November and just kept rocking and rolling. What's exciting though about it is the fact that back then I was inexperienced as a streamer. I had never dealt with a chat that size. I didn't know how to deal with the critique and the criticisms. I let any mean comment like get to me because I was incredibly thin-skinned and very insecure. I would say I didn't have enough ego to sustain being that visible, I guess, because I kind of cracked under that pressure and like really, 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 really wanted to break. So I kind of fell apart in a lot of ways there. So I was a 8K Andy 2015. I was a 4K Andy 2016. I was a 2K Andy by 2017. It kind of just fizzled further and further down because I was not able to deal with it better, But through the last, especially 2 years, I've the combination of exploring variety, doing things other than speed running, getting politically savvy, and just like and I don't know, just like being way more mentally healthy, have led to when I had the opportunity now to hop on Mario Maker. Now I'm like, I know what to do. I know what to not do. And here I am now. Well, connection issues aside here, I've been 4K Andy or more since the game came out. So we'll see how much of that is super sustainable.
You've been on the like the top of the section, right? Like you've been the number one Mario Maker streamer, or
I don't. So a tweet told me, I actually don't know. I've been live so often. I don't even get to check. Actually, I've been grinding like that, dude. I've been bro, I have been hitting at least 10 hours a day, ideally 12 hours a day every single day, dude. I've been at it. Like, look at my numbers are gross right now, dude. I've been out here grinding, bro. According to a tweet I saw here, it's average has been not that I'm comparing, actually. This tweet literally I saw this morning here. Moon is number 1, Forsen was number 2, and I was number 3.
Okay, yeah, you're in good company. So
yeah, so
you've been streaming 10
yeah,
hours a day.
Yeah, no, dude, look at my VODs, man. I've been grinding, baby.
I hope you've had time to shower and properly hit up the 6 gamer spots while you've been cleaning yourself.
Oh, did you watch that video?
I didn't. I saw the response to it, but I didn't have, because it was. What is that?
Wait.
Is that a vacuum? Is that a nuclear reactor? The background?
No, it's my neighbor mowing his grass. Yeah, it's my neighbor mowing his grass.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Just Southern Louisiana, they gotta cut the grass. Like it's gonna literally rain outside today, and he's just out here cutting. And he cut his grass like 4 days ago, dude. I don't know why he's like, I don't know, dude.
Gotta cut it before it rains again, dude.
Dude, no. All right, real talker, dude. My neighbor, dude, it's like this. It's like this dude. Like he's so fucking bougie, dude. He owns one of those like $4,000 zero turn radius lawnmowers. You know what I mean? Like the ones that you can literally like pivot in a circle without actually moving anywhere. And like the thing is, like, Yeah, I live in the city, so we have like a little small ass yard. So he has like this insanely obnoxious overkill lawnmower, lawnmower for a little small ass city yard, and it's like, I don't know, dude. He just cuts his grass like 4 times a week or whatever.
Sounds like it's working. So you sound pretty jealous, my dude.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. Right?
I'm cool about little push mower, because my push mower was like 150. His shit was 4,000, so that's cool.
Okay.
You do you, boo. Yeah. So sorry, you might hear that because he's cutting his grass right now, but but what was I again though? Yeah, I've been grinding, dude. I've been hitting it like really hardcore, so it's been pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's some good shit. You've got the lead today, buddy. What's our first topic today?
All right, sounds good. All right, I'm gonna let's rock and roll. So now that we've done some inevitable introductions here, man, I've done all right. There are so many topics that could have been timely that we unfortunately haven't gotten to. Girl gamer bathwater has been like spoken to death by everything ever.
Oh wait, actually, this is actually so far into the past. Try to do your best. Give me like a 1-minute recap, because we never actually did this. What was the one thing you were the most excited about from E3?
Ooh, shit, dude, that was like fucking last year at this point. You're asking me what was I most excited about?
Yeah, just the one thing. No, the one thing from all of E3. What was the one thing you were the most excited about?
Okay, the sad thing here is the most memorable thing from E3 was the goddamn Elon Musk Todd Howard interview. That thing was a fucking that was so cringe and stupid and terrible. That's what I remember the most, actually, because it was just like so genuinely cringe. But I guess you're asking more about like what games have me excited here.
Yeah.
Probably Final Fantasy VII Remake. That was that genuinely had like 30 minutes of gameplay. It showed its graphic fidelity and its scope, and it's coming out sooner than I expected. So
what was the release date on that? Is it sometime 2020?
March 3rd, 2020.
Fuck, that's holy shit. Are you
it's
did you play Final Fantasy VII?
Nope. Okay. Nope, but I'm gonna play. I'm gonna lose my JRPG virginity and finally play a Final Fantasy. I'm gonna play. I'll play and beat 7 before the release of 7 Remake.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right, that's all. Yeah, I mean, I have the same answer, obviously. So.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If we had like prep, I could have maybe like gave you more, but I actually have trouble recalling back now since it's been so long at this point.
Yeah, so. I was just curious if there was anything else you were especially excited for, but. All right, hit us up. What's our first topic? You said gamer girl bathwater. I'm sorry, because I'm losing track of all the fucking shit going on online. Is this the same girl who like somebody was gonna leak her nudes and she's like, well, I'm gonna leak them, or is this a different girl? Did it?
What's her name? Her name is Belle Daphne, I want to say.
Yeah,
right? She's a cosplayer. I don't know anything about her, actually.
There's a totally different girl. Okay, never mind. All right.
Different girl.
Oh, that was Bella Throne, and this is Belle Daphne or some shit.
I'm sorry, Belle Delphine. I'm sorry, I can remember how to spell it.
Belle Delphine. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So you want to talk about that? Because we can if unless you've already spoke about the death here.
No, I don't have much of an opinion on that though. I mean, she kind of got blackballed and she did what she had to do, and it's whatever.
Okay. Cool, because yeah, I mean, there was a point where I guess the only thing of relevance here. So obviously, in case people didn't know here, there was she's a very popular cosplayer. She announced a new product on Instagram where she's selling girl gamer bathwater. It's $30. It's her real bathwater. The picture depicted of it. It's a cute little 12-ounce jar with a customized girl gamer bathwater lid. And in the picture in the marketing, it depicts her wearing a diva cosplay with an Xbox controller in her hand, all in the tub, because obviously you are playing games in the tub. No guarantee on if she played games in said bath or if just because she's a girl gamer while taking a bath that the water is now special. But that aside, though, $30, you can get that, and it's a commemorative thing. It's explicitly marked that it's not for consumption. It's just purely to be a sentimental item that you can hoard on a shelf somewhere or near your shrine of worship of choice.
This is like super fucked, right? Do you agree or do you not think so?
Not at all. I think there's super fucked. No.
Yeah.
I if the product was trivial, gimmicky, and stupid, it would flop. But obviously, people are buying it, whether it be unironically or ironically, due to the viral nature of the Instagram post itself here. So it tells you more about the consuming base that's wanting the product more so than of her, I would say.
I feel like it feels really scammy to me. I mean, we're not talking about the important question here. How do I actually know if you buy the Gamer Girl bathwater that it's not just like tap water that's being bottled? Is there like a video included of her like using the bath and then bottling it, or am I just supposed to take her word for it? I don't know, man. It sounds like it could be a big scam.
You know what? I completely hear you on that. I'll even go further here. I feel like I'm entitled to know which game you were playing with the bathwater, so I can get an acquainted taste and feel for the differences here. I want to and is it League of Legends salt? Is it Overwatch tilt? Were you playing like is it more soothing? Were you playing like Stardew Valley when you were doing that? Like I can feel these aromas, these flavors through the jar itself, but I really can't tell what game was being played during said bath. You know what I mean? So.
Okay. Well, I mean, validity aside, I honestly I can't think of something I could care less about than if somebody was selling Gamer Girl bathwater. I feel like you have to have probably a really large amount of time free in your day to actually get upset at this kind of shit.
Well, this is actually I wish you were on the Scuff podcast last week, because that's where I had to debate Train on a little bit there, because he feels like it's But I mean, I don't know if you want to get.
When I go on the Scuff podcast, they stop talking. Nobody wants to argue with me anymore on the Scuff podcast.
Oh my God,
it's actually so fucking frustrating. You have no idea. There have been days where I've been over at like friends' houses, and there's been some. I remember there was one time I was at the offline house, and some girl was giving some fucking insane like femcel takes, and I was like, "Listen, guys, I love you, but I gotta pull out my laptop and hop on." And I got on, and everybody shut the fuck up, and I was like, "Oh, okay, well, whatever."
But, oh my God, dude! Yeah, it was just know that I fought the good fight, and because yeah, he definitely had a lot to say about it actually. But I was like,
I think my highlight quote from that was when I think Train said something along the lines of like, "I'm not saying they shouldn't do anything. It's just my opinion that I'm saying they shouldn't be doing anything." It was like something that was like such a meaningless distinction. Like everything you say is your opinion. Like why would you specify? Like what do you mean? Oh God, yeah.
Oh wait, Destiny. We actually have breaking news right now.
Oh no.
Supposedly, we got a tweet here saying that the first order of bathwater has shipped. Because it went viral and it sold out right away. Her initial inventory of the bathwater sold out. And we're getting someone's quoting me a tweet here that says that apparently there were no traces of human DNA in Belle Delphine's bathwater, and she is liable for a class action lawsuit. Someone ordered the Girl Game bathwater, looking for obviously then testing it for strands of any kind of like DNA evidence of it coexisting with her physical body. But I don't know though. I don't know if this is like
I'm trying to wonder if that would even be a guarantee. One, how much DNA would even be in the water? Two, is it realistic or feasible to test like water for DNA? Three, would DNA like sink to the bottom or would it float? Like, would you even? Is it like? I don't know. I have no idea.
I got more for you there though. Not only that, what's a little bit sus here is that the I wasn't linked a tweet. I was linked a picture of a tweet from a Reddit link, and it's just like there's like 3 layers of kind of bullshit here. So I'm not really sure how hard I can take it.
A lot of people in chat are saying it's come out that tweet was fake. So
gotcha. So cool. But yeah, obviously it's like whatever though. I guess the one thing I will say about it here, if she was smart, because clearly supply outweighs or supply is under demands outweighing supply, and so she can't produce enough legitimate Girl Gamer bathwater without hopping in a goddamn pool, having a bath there, I guess. So if she gets like 300 orders of Girl Gamer, or it's like 1,000 orders a week or whatever, because it's now a viral sensation that people are gonna purchase, for the gimmick or ironically or whatever, the problem becomes like the tainted legitimacy of the Girl Gamer bathwater. And I figure if she was smart, she would take her cosplay Patreon and just like tether an order of Girl Gamer bathwater to like a exclusive high tier, and rather than have it be a open sale product.
Yeah, I mean, maybe she'll do that. And maybe going forward, maybe she wanted to do like a limited run first to see how it would sell. Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows? Okay. Let me see here. So there are a couple of things here too. If you didn't hear about it, I was on the Raj Battle Royale podcast Sunday, and I won again easily.
Nice job.
So that was pretty dope. There were quite a few terrible takes from the Raj Royale. I can recap for you if you want to hear about.
Yeah, hit us up.
Okay. So are you okay? Are you familiar with? Let me actually open up for you real quick here. Are you familiar with the Betsy Ross flag incident with Kaepernick and Nike?
Was it there was some shoe that was going to be released and somebody said that they didn't like Kaepernick said that the flag was probably a bad idea and people are like mad as fuck about it or something?
Correct. That. So yeah, you know the Betsy Ross flag was the OG 13 colonies flag, where the iconic 13 stripes were accompanied by the 13 colonies depicted as the 13 stars in a circular pattern in the blue region of the flag. So what Kaepernick said was that this flag or this shoe that's going to contain this flag is going to be hijacked by white supremacists, or like it'll be the new faux symbol for quote unquote American traditionalism. When in reality it's because at this point now it's transparently known on a mass scale, I would say, that the Confederate flag is racist. So they're trying to take something else they can put those same bigoted prideful views and projections on, and it now be another symbol of core symbolism or core patriotism by use of the older version of the flag. So Kaepernick warned Nike about that because there was some evidence of this being a proven thing, I believe in New York, but I don't know the specifics of it actually. But ultimately, Kaepernick advised against it being produced, and Nike opted to cancel the release of the shoe. To which there was some pretty nuclear takes on the podcast about how my oppression, this is fucking bullshit. And I had I called him. I was like, so you're mad that Nike chose to cancel the shoe? Because it's not like they guns put to their head. They're a private company. They can do whatever they want to do. They're doing what's in the interest of them maintaining max profit and just general capitalistic behavior. So I don't see really what you're like. Are you opting that they shouldn't have the freedom to do what they want to do? That's really where I kept that right there. From that point on, I thought it was pretty you're pretty caught up in your feels right now by the whole thing. But do you have anything you want to add to that, actually?
I actually don't know how I feel about this one. I can understand kind of avoiding the use of symbols that have been co-opted by maybe alt-right people or extreme conservative people or whatever. But to try to preemptively guess which symbols could be co-opted, and then to say that we shouldn't use those because there's a chance someone else, that seems like a real bad road to go down. I don't know.
Right. Which, okay, I'm sorry. Let me finish. Where it ultimately, that was one point one person brought up here. Where it ended for me was I ultimately said that I wish they had ran with the shoe and challenged that perception of the symbolism being hijacked for negative things. Because when you just cancel it altogether and say that, hey, you're enabling the real threatening power of those people by saying that you're not even going to try to let that symbol remain being what it was, and let it be hijacked into being some kind of faux patriotism, if you will, or faux or revisionist history or something like that.
Wait, can you say that again? What do you mean? I don't understand.
My concluding opinion was that I would have rather Nike not cancel the shoe, and if alt-right or white supremacists were attempting to hijack the Betsy Ross flag for their views and let it be the new symbol that they can get away with through the plausible deniability, I would have rather they release a shoe and challenge them than completely opt out and not even and let them continue to have this enabling power of legitimacy of hijacking. I agree with you, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that was the point that I concluded on the podcast or the battle royale, where I was like,
yeah, because I mean, conservatives are already flying Confederate flags and dumb shit conservatives do. I don't know, the idea of like I'm worried about making this because it has something that might be co-opted. Yeah, I don't know. That seems really weird to me. Or yeah, because I feel like we could basically cancel almost any. I don't give a fuck about like patriotic shit, but like for people to do like, I feel like you could cancel literally almost any patriotic thing, because it could be used as some like ultra nationalist thing, which feels kind of bad to me. But
okay. There's two more points here that were a little more lighthearted from the Raj Royale you might enjoy here. So during the Raj Royale, Mitch Jones came on at one point. He just joined the call randomly, and he was talking about how he wishes he can do porn. He's like, yeah, I got a pretty cool dick. I can get hard on command. I used to fuck my girl in front of my boys all the time. No big deal. If someone's watching me while I'm fucking, cool. I'm he was like, just flexing really, really hard. And he was just like, yeah, man, wish I had clout so I can just like, I can like, stream while, or I could like, I wish I could just like, hop on porn. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm sitting here like, okay, so you're flexing about how you can do porn. You wish you could do porn really, really well, or you wish you could do porn. How it would purely benefit you as a streamer because you have that porn star clout or whatever. But then why haven't you gone to Chaturbate? I asked him that. I was like, yeah, I don't see. It's not against TOS to just like do porn, just keep the whole thing separate entirely.
Well, yeah, it would be TOS if he was playing games while masturbating. So, but yeah, I know what you mean.
that is true. But no, I asked him. I was like, yeah, well, why don't you just do Chaturbate then, bro? Like, if you're such a bomb ass Twitch streamer and you have all the savvy streaming skills, I don't see why you aren't just going over there and just replace bits with Chaturbate tokens. Why aren't you over there doing that thing? And it's like, oh well, bro, it's different. It's different. Now, the reason why I bring this up here though is because that call out there inevitably led to a conversation about the fact that this interesting phenomenon here where like if you are a porn star who comes to Twitch, you have like porn star clout essentially, and then like you can like it's not really like an interference to you to do Twitch and be able to keep it separate. However, if it's opposite, if you're a Twitch streamer who then gets into porn, it's a very different thing than the first thing I just described. Would you agree with that? Like if you do Twitch, if you're a known Twitch streamer and then tomorrow you hop on Chaturbate, it's a very different experience than if you're an active porn star and you come to Twitch.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's two totally different things. Yeah.
Cool. Well, that was yeah, and we were kind of just talking about that. I was talking about a little bit there, the mental strain of like, what do you do whenever if you're a Twitch streamer and an overnight you're doing porn shit like that, when you get like, you get memed on, people are linking your dick pic left and right, and you kind of don't really have control over the distribution of the message and everything like that, and just I feel like it's like really, really stressful. I don't know. To me, it sounds like one of those like really like huge like nightmare scenarios that I would not be a fan of it at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of like. Yeah. I mean, we can talk about either, but I mean, going from porn to Twitch, I know a few girls have done it. Sometimes it seems like when people do it, it's really fuck. I wish I could remember the names, but I know that like there's been at least one person that's come from porn to Twitch that is like trying to like not like distance themselves from porn, but they don't want to be seen as like, oh hey, I'm this person, the porn actress. Like that was something they did in the past. They want to move on from it and be done with it now, and they want to just be like a streamer. And then other people that come over like still fully embrace like the porn star stuff they've done. Maybe it was Mia Khalifa. Yeah, I don't remember. Maybe it was somebody else. But yeah, some people fully embrace it. Yeah, everything's a little different. I think if I was a girl and I was trying to do, or if I'd done porn in the past and to come on Twitch, I feel like your chat would be like literal fucking AIDS for the entirety of your existence on this platform.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
But
there was that.
Yeah. Being a Twitch streamer and moving to porn though, I've thought about that. I mean, I don't think I would ever do it, but I just thought about it. Like, you would get so much coverage under the Chaturbate section because I think that like the most viewed people there don't like barely break into the four figures, don't they?
I don't know. I haven't been to Chaturbate in quite a while actually. So I don't know. I don't even know like what like I don't even know like how lit like being a Chaturbate streamer actually is.
Yeah, like I'm looking at this featured page right now, and these people have like and their viewership is in the 20s. I thought I'd saw that there were some that got like into the very, very low thousands, but like it seems like it would be pretty easy.
When you say 20s, we're talking 20,000? Like, I'm sorry.
No, like 23 viewers. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, like these people, even at I'm looking at the female section, it's all like 20 to 25 viewers. Oh, this girl is 99. So like it seems like if you'd go over like already as a Twitch streamer, you would get like a fuck ton of exposure because you'd be like on the front page of
that is true. You're not wrong.
Although I would say that if you were planning on going over as a Twitch streamer to Chaturbate, you should probably contact the site and you should try to work out a deal with them. They should pay you for going there. You should never do that for free. And if they say that they don't, then go contact what is it?
Their competition.
Yeah, who's like live cams or my free cams or something. You should be able.
Cams,
yeah, you should be able to get a deal with one and leverage it against the other, and then work out like some type of flat fee that you get paid for streaming that platform. You absolutely do that. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, you'd have.
Can I call something here?
Yeah.
Dude, my chat are some porn connoisseurs, dude. They didn't say my free cams. They abbreviated it MFC.
Yeah, everybody.
Because they reference it so frequently.
Everybody's doing that in my chat too.
these boys right here. Oh my god. Do y'all call it the hub? Do you not like? Hey man, you fuck with that? You saw a video on Pornhub? Oh yeah, man, I'll be on the hub every day, bro. Y'all just shortened it to the hub now. Is that what? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna call it out.
It's all good. Wait, this stream has 12K viewers. Wait, really? I tried to look through some of the streams. I don't know how to sort by like viewership though.
Oh no, I believe Chad did. Chad, y'all probably comment on every fucking video. You probably unironically use the share functionality on Pornhub. That way you can share your favorite videos on your Facebook timeline.
The top viewer on Chaturbate had is 11K. You looked at ages. Oh yeah, I probably just was looking at ages. That's why I was looking at that 99-year-old Chaturbate streamer. Thanks, my dude.
Dude.
Oh wait, actually, it might have actually been. Maybe they accidentally put their age in as 99. I'm sorry. I'm a Chaturbate noob, my guys. I'm not a fucking pro user like you are. You're right. Hold on, let me go back. The top is 12K, and then it goes 10K.
Okay, pause. Destiny.
What?
It's not Chaturbate Pro. It's Chaturbate Gold for premium membership. You're calling it the wrong thing.
Yeah, my bad. Okay, so this is their ages. So the age is 20 to 30. But I guess you'd still get front paged on here. Like if our podcast was on Chaturbate right now, we'd be like the 6th or 7th on the site. So.
All right, cool. Well, let's make it happen, bro. Let's make some Eiffel Towers happen.
Yeah.
Or something. So okay, we go from there into there were a couple of good questions from the DT podcast Reddit. We can hop on here if you want. There's actually one for both of us.
Oh shit. Hit us up.
Ooh. All right. So for Trihex and Destiny, do you think being a public figure puts a unique strain on your friends and relationships? And was there a time being a public figure has affected the way your friends interact with you? Finally, do people close to you change the way they treat you? You want to get into that one here?
Yeah, go for it. Can you link me the question so I can have all the parts in front of me?
Yeah.
The first one was, does it affect you?
It's kind of a lot here. Do you think being a public figure puts a unique strain on your friends and relationships?
Oh yeah, for sure. Doing anything where you're an incredibly public-facing person puts a strain on everything. Especially if it's with other public-facing people, because we can look at live stream fail meta, right? Where like somebody will make a clip, and then that'll go to another person, and then they'll make a clip back, and then like all the people in live stream fail get involved in like turning shit into like huge drama or whatever. Yeah, of course, there's like a ton of public-facing stuff that influences like personal relationships. Yeah. And then even relationships you have with people that aren't streamers. I don't know if you ever went through this with your girlfriend, where it's like it can be incredibly stressful for them to deal with things because of all the attention you get publicly, and then people will start to divert attention onto them publicly, even if they're not a super public figure, right?
Yeah, no, definitely that. Yeah, no, honestly, it's probably been the most straining thing between me and my girlfriend's relationship. Actually, is the status gap. I didn't know how how like problematic that would prove to be. But that really affected us at the very beginning, actually, quite a bit. Like you can kind of see why, like I never really knew, and I didn't really give it much thought here, but I never thought about like why do AAA celebrities tend to marry other AAA celebrities? And it's because they have like a similar, you know, status level, essentially, you know, right? They have relatable lifestyles that and there's like a higher, I guess, like overlap of understanding of one another's like feelings and situations. You know, if Jennifer Lopez was married to some like literal Who person, it's like the literal Who is so isolated from their day job of working at, I don't know, wherever the fuck, AT&T retail center, while J-Lo is out here fucking in LA doing shoots and hyper status shit and all that. So, you know, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, you know, the status gap inevitably led to some like involuntary comparisons of stuff, and it's like, well, it's like, you know, I'm Trihex, I'm global emo, and you know, I'm like I am at a very different point in my career compared to you. And that's you know, those are the grounds we establish things on, and that's how it's going to be now. So you have to like, you know, so she would like in the beginning here get like really socially anxious, I guess, social anxiety at events that we were going to together, like TwitchCon, because like it's just like these like really feelings of overwhelming worthlessness, because I was like, you know, I'm out here doing my thing, and it's like, you know, she compares herself to what I'm doing, and it's like, you know what I mean? So yeah, but that aside now though, back to the whole thing here. For me, does being a public figure put a unique strain on my friends' relationships? Oh yeah, for sure. Not even being a it's not really being a public figure specifically. It's more just being a streamer. Like streaming immediately throttles my most precious resource of available time, free time. So hanging out with friends is probably the thing that I can conveniently dispose of the quickest to maximize the time I could have to then comparatively stream. So yeah, friends, or hanging out with friends and leisure time, just doing nothing productive. Yeah, I got streams to do. I got YouTube videos to upload. I got video editing to do. I got a Discord to interact with. I have Twitter DMs to respond to. I have emails to reply to. But my phone's literally a dumpster fire of bullshit in every fucking direction. And I have, when I'm not streaming, there's plenty of non-stream related errands to take care of.
Yeah.
And so, but at the same time, you're obviously you do respect the idea, respect the necessity of a work-life balance. So clearly I would like to do that, but you know, I'm always thinking, you know, am I working hard enough? You know, could I do better? And I think now I finally hit a better mojo here, but it is costing me. In fact, for me to get to where I am now, it has costed me not only complete maintenance of hanging out with my friends, but also gym. You know, I where I am right now and what I'm doing right now, hitting these 10 to 12 hours a day, and doing another, you know, 3 to 5 hours of errands offline as well for the YouTube or everything else. There's no time for gym. I don't have time for it right now.
Yeah.
I would love to return to gym later. I feel like a fat pile of shit right now, but I'm happy because I'm in my element. I've never pushed myself this hard before. And it does. The one thing I do feel at the cost of all this, you know, in terms of like a Thanos snap, the cost of all this is that I have pride. For the first time, Destiny, in a very long time, I do feel prideful that I'm actually doing a good job on my stream. That I do have the happiest try-hard subs and fan base I've ever had before. So that does feel good, actually.
Yeah, that's really good. Have
I don't know if you go ahead.
You don't know if I what?
Sorry. I don't know if you ever felt a similar thing or not. Like if you have like different variables of like when you're feeling like prideful about the content you put out, or if you always feel like you're the shit and you're always on your mark and everything else.
Oh yeah, of course. There are definitely periods where you feel like you're doing really well. Do you have? I think I even asked you this in person. I think I don't remember. Do you have real life friends that like you used to be close to and then you started streaming? How did that work out?
Yeah. I had like a group of like 7 friends that we would play. Pretty much the drift happened in 2012 for sure. But yeah, we would play Magic the Gathering. We'd play, you know, Halo. We'd play. We'd watch anime together. You know, I remember going as far back here and binging Kill La Kill with 2 friends over at my house, and we watch the entire series across 2 days. Yeah, no. I used to, ad squad. What happened was, dude, just the necessity, man. I was working as that waiter job, 4 nights a week. I had 3 days of free time to stream, so I would go hard and I would try to stream, 8 hours on all those days each. And that kind of left pretty much barely any time to do anything else to anybody. I barely had time to even like to do laundry or clean my room or any of that shit. I had to like just fucking go, So I was always tapped for time. It wasn't like I deliberately, my priority was my stream. I wanted to maintain and grow that. I absolutely loved it. And so, that drift just naturally happened. I don't even know I don't know how to like even like frame it even any better than that.
Did your real life friends like treat you differently, or did they act differently around you, or like does that make sense? Or
I think it was probably me. I hate confrontation. I hate delivering bad news. So whenever you get hit with whenever you get the WYD text, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing? You want to hang out or whatever?" And it's like, "I got to stream." I would just, I would ghost them. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a pretty chronic ghoster when it comes to like having to deliver bad news. Not that I want to, but it's like I hate telling them, I hate letting them down, telling them I'm sorry, I'm busy.
Yeah.
Because if I ghost, I can I'm lying with someone. I'm saying, okay, I'm gonna tell him that I was busy later on, but then I'm just like,
you never get around to it.
Like, yeah, conveniently. So I hate for example, let's say you have a friend that let's go back like 10 years ago. You have a friend that wants to go see a movie that you don't give a shit about.
Yeah.
Would you tell them the movie they're gonna go see you're not interested in, and questionably their taste sucks ass, or would you just ghost them and be like, nah, fuck that, he's gonna go see whatever, I don't fucking care, dude.
Fuck, I think I'm kind of an asshole, so I think I would, but I know what you mean normally. I think for most people I understand what you mean. Yeah.
And then part 2 here was there a time being a public figure has affected the way your friends interact with you? You know what's funny about this actually? Yeah. So I was successful with Mario Maker, right? Like I was like I said, 8K Andy, 12K Andy, etc. But none of my friends knew what the fuck that, or none of my like distant friends who didn't know what Twitch was or who were Twitch savvy didn't know what scale of success that actually was. But whenever whenever I was invited to the Nintendo World Championships in 2015, and that happened, they were like, "Whoa!" But not when that happened though. But whenever the 30-minute edit of that event went live on Disney Channel on cable broadcast television, that's when my family concluded that, oh, he made it. Because all the boomers are just like they're super tethered to the the platform of TV being the highest platform possible. So like when they saw the 30-minute Disney XD broadcast that came out like months later, this is like freaking cobwebs dusty old now, like I'm so far past that. They were like, "Oh, that's our baby. Look, it's Trihex on the TV." So that was that's when they were like, "Okay, he actually is. Now he's a real gamer. Now he's a pro gamer. Oh, okay, pro gamers do actually do shit. They really do make money. Holy fuck." And it's like, bruh. Oh my god, dude. It was. So that's when like my aunts and uncles caught on to what I do.
Sure.
Because before then I wouldn't even bother. I would just tell them, I do. I wouldn't even bother to explain like what Twitch is, because like it's so foreign to them. They're just gonna like, wait, so people watch you play video games? They don't play the video games with you? They pay money to watch you play the video game for them? Huh? And it's like, you can't, dude, having to frame that so often is like, it gets exhausting. So I just lie and just tell them I work for YouTube, and it gets like, it's like way simpler.
Yeah, pretty much.
They don't know the YouTube monetization model, but that's okay though, because it gets them off my ass about having to dodge that explanation for the 100th time. So, so yeah. And then do people close to you change the way they treat you? More that I change the people I'm around. Like I want to be around positive, goal oriented people. So anyone who's around me is definitely out to progress and grind. So due to the fact that I worked out, my friends really quickly, because gym is a very big priority to me. All my friends work out. All my squad, Chris, AJ, Mario, the goons. I mean, if you're on my stream and you guys think back here, when we were playing Smash all the time from like December to like April, every dude in here was like fit as fuck. Nick, and you all know in my chat at least here. Yeah, all the squad, they all work out. Like we were all like, I know it sounds like some kind of gotcha, orgy going on at the house or whatever. But it's a bunch of like really fit dudes all playing Smash together and yelling and screaming and stuff like that. So but yeah, no, like I'm the point is I'm surrounded by positive, motivated people, and I feel like if you work out, I mean it's a given that you have some goal in mind here, or some high admiration that can of personal progress you're tethered to continuing. So yeah,
cool.
So yeah, I did that. So there's that. There was a really good topic here that I think you actually would enjoy here. Do you know the Completionist, the YouTuber? Are you familiar with him?
No, I don't know. What is it about? Or what does he do?
He's a YouTuber that is known for beating a game completely. Now, like he'll go through and like I guess like whatever you want to call it, like 1,000 Xbox Live gamer points to game or whatever. But let me just grab the tweet for you real quick. So the tweet in question here, this is what I replied to. Let me grab his for you as well, though. So if you don't mind me reading here real quick here, because this is where it gets a little bit juicy here. He said, this was July 5th, so about 5 days ago. I think I'm going to be taking a break from social media for a bit. I'll be handing off my account to one of my coworkers who will mainly use it to post announcements for shows, merch, and video stuff. I need some time to reflect on what my life was before social media, right? And then I replied here saying that, hit me up if you ever need to talk about the spoken evils of always being plugged in, quote unquote, and what social media does to our minds over the years. I absolutely see great value in regularly unplugging to migrate back to neutral state mentality. Good luck. So I guess I kind of wanted to like hit you up here, and if you wanted to, did you find this a topic worth elaborating on or diving into here? The idea that our brains are rewired through continued exposure of social media's perfection of crafting how the mind works, the pleasure centers. And do you believe in the idea of there being a neutral state, as in if you unplug for a period of time, you actually will like get back to how I guess brains would function pre-social media?
I don't know if one is necessarily preferable to the other. I mean, the idea that you go back to some neutral state, I mean, any state that you're in consistently is a neutral state. I kind of know what you're getting at, though. Like that something where we exist like without social media. I think that the overwhelmingly negative part of social media is just the fact that people compare themselves to other people, and then they end up feeling like shit because people are always posting the best of what they can on social media. So, I mean, yeah, if social media is something that's been making you feel like shit, which I'm pretty sure most of the evidence out right now says that people that use social media more than other people are more prone towards like mental illness and whatnot, you probably shouldn't use it as much. I think that's probably a good thing. If you take a break or stop entirely.
Is that something you've ever done before?
No,
have you ever like deliberately like unplugged completely for like whether it be like a certain trip or vacation or whatever? Like
fuck no.
Yeah, neither have I.
But I don't get like I'm not miserable. Social media doesn't like make me upset. Like I like engaging. I like reading Twitter posts. I like going on Reddit and shit posting or reading people's posts on Reddit. I don't know. It's like it feels it can fill a lot of time for me, and it's not something that like makes me feel bad about myself. If I got to a point to where like it was like making me upset, or, like making me feel bad or whatever, then I probably would stop. Yeah, I'd probably stop doing it.
Yeah. Can you? Okay, here I'll challenge you here. Okay. Can you recall your largest gap away from social media after streaming, like post streaming?
What do you? I still stream now. Wait, what do you mean by that?
Like, I guess because you said you've never deliberately unplugged, but can you ever recall maybe perhaps your largest gap from engaging in social media, whether it be like accidentally or intentionally? For example, here, whenever me and my girlfriend were distance, and she came to visit me for the second time, I specifically remember actually not making a Twitter post for 3 days straight because we had like me and her were like doing so many things with like we would like we knew we had 72 hours until she had to like go fly back to go to work Monday afternoon. So it was like we're gonna go to the movies, we're gonna go to the park, we're gonna go ride bikes, we're going to oh fuck, what else did we do here? We went to go eat out pretty much every night. I try to explore some nice like Louisiana food and all that. I don't even remember what else we did here. Yeah, like it was kind of a blur. Like we barely slept actually. But yeah, I ended up not posting on Twitter for like 3 days straight. Which was when I realized, I'm like, oh wow, I actually didn't. I was actually unplugged accidentally, I guess, in Nirvana. So
Trying to think of what I did for my 30 days when I was banned. I don't even fucking remember. Oh, I streamed on YouTube, so I was still streaming every day. Fuck, I don't know. I don't think I've ever been off of social media completely for more than like 24 hours. Maybe if there was like a power outage or something, but then I've got my phone. I don't think I have that, no.
Okay. I don't know. I guess I support the idea of it if you feel like you're I do agree with you. The toxic comparisons are really rampant, especially on Instagram. It's like really, really bad there.
Yeah, especially if you're like a girl today and you're like looking at like all like the Instagram models and shit. Like, I feel like it would be really easy to compare yourself to people online and then end up like feeling like shit about yourself.
There was a brief while actually where I feel like at my lowest pit in 2018, where I felt like I was like kind of seeing like a skewed perspective of my Twitter timeline. Like all I would see is like people going live with like it's like they're going live streams of the things they're gonna do on their stream today, and then people flexing about their like oh thank y'all, we got so many subs today. Like all I saw was
10,000
like
followers.
gloating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of that. I feel like I feel that effect even on even in my own ecosystem here of Twitter Twitch on Twitter as well with the flexing, the rampant flexing. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely not I don't think I would say it's not healthy long term, I guess, because it's such a high amount of comparisons that are going to inevitably happen right there, rather than focusing on your own progression. You just change your goalpost entirely.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think social media use is probably going to be one of those things in the future. It wouldn't surprise me in like the next maybe 10 years when people look back at it as being like an overwhelmingly negative thing. I think that it's had like a lot of like really negative impacts on most people. It seems like people probably can't engage with it in a healthy way most of the time. Probably shouldn't at all, but it's really hard because like society kind of pushes everybody into it. And so like, like if you don't have an Instagram and all your friends do, or you don't have a Facebook and all your friends do, it's kind of weird. So, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I don't even I can't even relate to. I wonder what the regular social media person feels like. Like because me and you are so numb to like notifications. It's like we just go to check and like it's more like a always pending to-do list of things to respond to or engage in. I'm wondering what it's like for someone who has like I guess like a dry wall. Like your wall is like very sterile.
Well, I think it's just more usually you make like social media groups with like your like friends rather than like being a public figure and like having like strangers like following and liking and talking about your shit. It's more just like your group of friends, right?
Okay. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Although I think Twitter is horrible for that. I don't know what normal person would use Twitter. Like that seems like a really bad platform to tweet shit out unless you're like already famous. But Facebook is like generally like that's you and your group of friends are posting back and forth to each other and whatnot, right?
Gotcha. Actually, I'm getting a response here now. They're saying that for those who have the sterile interactions and that getting a notification is the equivalent of like me getting a $20 donation. that it like, you know, you feel like, oh wow, I am important. So
sure.
it seems to be the implication here that you feel like you're not important because you don't because you know, you throw out like maybe your take on, you know, the new Lion King, or your take on the new Spider-Man, or like your opinion about how the hype for Borderlands 3 is overhyped or whatever. I don't know, whatever. Like you got some take, right? And just like nothing, no likes, no retweets, no responses, no nothing.
Yeah.
So, but okay. So we cool. So we covered that one. Let me see here. Fuck, dude. I mean, there's this one here. We can do some reaction handy if you want.
To the critical video thing?
Yeah, Critical has a video that people have summarized it as he's advocating for games should be apolitical or non-political, which is kind of like a sour take for me at face value. But I would hear him out and see what he has to say about it first and get the framing down.
Singer of Escape.
But I mean,
do you want to watch the video and put it on times 2? I actually haven't listened to it. I've just seen people's reactions to it, but I haven't talked about it yet.
Sure. So we watch it on 2x and just like then we come back in 4 minutes and watch it or talk about it.
Yeah, or put it on 1.5 maybe, just in case.
1.5.
He might talk fast.
Let me see here. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna get it fired up here real quick, and 1.5x the Destiny special, and all right. You just give me a count when you're ready.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
No, I'm not the lead singer of Escape the Fate from 2009, though I do look like him at this point in my hair growth cycle. It's me, Charlie, the ace reporter on all things video games. I debated making this video for the last couple days, and I just decided, fuck it, I kinda do want to talk about it. I'm not a massive gamer anymore. I don't sit down and pump the dick into games like I used to. Now, don't get me wrong, don't misconstrue my words. I definitely do still get down dirty like a fucking grease goblin sometimes, snorting Dorito dust and injecting G Fuel in the veins, getting after some fat grinds in certain games, but it's not quite to the level that it used to be at for me. That being said, I still keep up with almost everything video game related. I'm still very passionate about the industry and the craft. I mean, I still have video game themed wet dreams and shit like that. Like, none of that changes. But what I want to talk about today is the internet demands video games always have a deep meaning, or be politically charged and motivated, be socially conscious and socially aware of everything that's going on, and I think that's really detrimental to video games as a whole. It's no longer enough for a video game to just be fun. In fact, I'd argue to the internet, fun is secondary to the meaning and the political message behind the game, and I think that sucks some fat, filthy butthole. That makes every game uninteresting to me. I think politics is very unenjoyable as a topic. I don't get political. I never get political. I think it's a very boring world. There's no entertainment to be had. It does nothing but isolate people, lead to arguments. It's not fun. Politics is never something fun. And video games, at their core, were always meant to be a fun escape from reality, a fun time investment, just fun in general. And now, making every game so politically motivated, it makes it not fun. And the internet makes it even deeper than that, where if you don't like a certain game, it somehow gives people the impression that you're some politically charged loser, or you're not a politically charged loser, and thus you're a loser for not enjoying the politics in the video game. You not liking a game now is an indication of what side of the spectrum you're on politically. That's so fucking pathetic. I think making and demanding games conform to what you personally believe is really sad, and it really holds games back. Not that I think if we didn't have politics, games would have reached this level where we're traveling to Mars to play the newest VR, AR experience or anything, but games wouldn't be so samey. Most video games that come out these days follow the same formulas, and for the most part deliver the same messages. I can take or leave the message. There are games that I believe should have powerful messages, ones that are intended to, but for the most part, games are just supposed to be fun, and I'm not there to dive deep, feel something in the real world, a thought-provoking experience where I'm jerking off in front of a candle and really reflecting on the game's message and themes. That's not what I play games for. I'm there to have a good time. Now, why I'm bringing this up is because a channel called Extra Credit released this video called Stop Normalizing Nazis. This video is an objectively large pile of dog shit. It is a horrible video no matter how you spin it. Their message is very clear. Basically, in this video, what they're saying is the old debate of video games cause violence, but they spin it as video games cause Nazis. These people are so fucking shameless, they go as far as to compare playing as a terrorist in Counter-Strike to making people into terrorists in the real world. It's really sad and pathetic. And no one agreed with their message. Even the most politically charged gamers disagreed with how they framed their message. But this made me realize just how ingrained politics and social shit are in the video game industry, and I think it's just not good. I think it's ass. I think it's just straight hairy ass that video games have become so synonymous with politics and social shit that it's, you feel the need to make a video called Stop Normalizing Nazis and using fucking Counter-Strike of all things as an example for how it's a bad thing and that you play as a terrorist in a fucking fictional video game. Their arguments in this video suck. They say, you don't opt in to play as a terrorist when you play Counter-Strike. Well, yeah, you do. You fucking bought the game. You know that it's terrorist versus the counter-terrorist. So you opted in by buying the game, by playing the game. They have no argument here. It's really shitty. It's just this really agenda-pushing piece of shit that doesn't work no matter how you look at it. But that's the video game industry as a whole. The more you look at it, the more you'll, read from a reviewer that the negatives they give a game are almost 9 times out of 10 about the message of the game or the politics of the game and how the reviewer didn't agree with the main character not being who they wanted the main character to be or be associated with the group they wanted the character to be associated with and how it was a missed opportunity that the character is a muscly man instead of a skinny man or something dumb like that. Like these really nitpicky things, how they want everything in their life reflected in their video game. Why do you want that? Why do you want your fictional piece of entertainment to reflect the sad real world? That fucking sucks. Who wants that? That's like going to sleep and dreaming of doing your taxes. When you dream, you want to be flying around like Superman, firing lasers from your fucking eyes, bench pressing 700 pounds, and, fucking supermodels. You don't want to go to sleep and you're in your high school classroom taking a goddamn math test again. It's stupid to want that from a piece of fictional entertainment. It's really dumb, and it holds the whole goddamn thing back because developers like CD Projekt Red is a good example, how they got attacked for Cyberpunk 2077 that's not even out yet. Just this whole laundry list of social problems that they noticed with the game or things that were missing or they felt were missing from the game. So then CD Projekt Red had to go back, allocate a whole bunch of time and resources to make everyone happy that the game is so socially aware of everything in the world that's going on right now to try and make everyone that exists on the internet happy. So all that time they spent doing that could have been spent making the game more fun, making more quest lines or stories for more characters. It feels like to me it holds developers back, it holds games back, and I just don't get the purpose. Why does everything, and I guess it's not even just games, but everything these days has to be so deep and politically driven that it's sickening. And that if it's not deep or politically driven, fucking John Wick got shit on because there wasn't enough politics or social issues addressed in the fucking movie. As if you're going to a movie like John Wick looking to have your goddamn ideals reflected or having a thought-provoking message delivered down your urethra. It makes no sense to me. I don't know why people want the fictional shit to be reflective of the real world. It should be totally separate. It shouldn't be held to the standard where it needs to be powerful or deep. I think it all just needs to be fun. It needs to be entertaining. But that's secondary now, and I think that's a goddamn shame. And I just wanted to vent about it because that goddamn extra credit video was so insultingly bad that it made me open my fucking third eye, made me see the strings that hold this universe together, and made me want to complain about some video game trends. Oh yeah, and also the community manager for extra credits is a big asshole. They go on Twitter, and they're celebrating the fact that extra credits YouTube channel is losing thousands of subscribers. They have the audacity to go on Twitter and say they are happy they're losing subs because it means less bigots are watching their content. And they double down saying we're celebrating the sub loss with wine because we're losing all these bigots. That's so fucked up. And that's just another thing in the video game world. If you disagree, you're a racist, you're a bigot, you're a bad person because you disagree with whatever message was delivered in the video game or even the video about a video game. It's just unreal. You're not losing bigots. You're losing people that thought the video was really shittily done, which it is. It's a really bad video. Even people that do agree with your message, and I don't imagine there's so many people that agree playing a terrorist in Counter-Strike makes you a terrorist, but even lunatics that do agree with that shit on your video because it's a bad video. And to call them bigots, that's just biting the dick that feeds you. I just don't understand. Well, I don't know why they made the video, and I don't know why they're doubling down so hard defending it. Just roll over and admit it's bad. No matter how you look at it, it's a shit video, and you celebrating like this just makes you all look like the biggest douchebags. It's just stupid. I guess the video game spectrum online is fucking wild right now, and I think it's a really toxic environment full of just a lot of bad shit that nothing good comes from it, and it makes video games as a whole and gamers a lot shittier. And that's just my take on the situation. That's about it. So yeah.
All right.
No, I'm not the
I don't even know where to start. There are so many stupid fucking parts to this shit.
Yeah, that was a lot of dumb. That was a lot of dumb right there.
Let's start with the number one. Let's start with the number one fucking criticism, okay? Okay, yeah, holy fucking AIDS. If you don't like the state of video games today, it's not because of politics, it's not because of social justice work, it's because companies exist to make money. Okay? Why are all games samey? I think that's the word I use. Why are they all boring? Why don't they take risks? Why do they all seem copies? It's because people do what makes money. That's why every Assassin's Creed is a copy of the last one. That's why Call of Duty still uses the same engine from fucking 7,000 years ago and it handles the exact fucking same. That's why every game tries to fucking copy each other. Okay? That's why. Okay? So number one, that's why games are samey. Number two, acting like every game has to be political or some shit. So if we pull up the top 10 most popular games, the first one is Minecraft. Minecraft doesn't come off to me as an especially political game. Fortnite is number two. Doesn't seem very political. GTA 5, I guess you could argue that that's political, sure. Red Dead Redemption 2, people got mad about feminists in that, okay. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, I don't think that's political. Overwatch, I don't think that is. League of Legends, sure as fuck isn't. Rocket League, maybe, no. PUBG, no. Super Smash Brothers, no. Roblox, no. Super Mario Odyssey, no. CSGO, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. So no, this idea that like every game that comes out has to be like super political or whatever, I don't think it's necessarily true. Unless you're gonna start telling me that like Overwatch is political because there's like a gay character. or because they're like women or
Actually,
black
I was
people.
gonna say, I was gonna say, well, let's let on here. Is Tracer being gay a political move or not? Is LGBTQ intrinsically?
I mean, like, until I start getting like a damage reduction from Tracer shooting other female characters, I'm gonna go ahead and consider like her gay thing having nothing to do with the fucking gameplay. Like, I don't think that any of that has actually done anything related to like the gameplay, which is what he was focusing on, right? He's saying like, oh, people just want games with the gameplay. People don't want political stuff, blah blah blah. Which, by the way, that isn't even fucking true. Like, Metal Gear Solid is one of the most political series of all fucking times, and it's also one of like the most popular series of all fucking times. So like all of the Final Fantasy games are quite mature and have like political themes like interwoven in them. Final Fantasy VII, you start off as playing like literal eco-terrorist groups that are trying to destroy like the urban cities for killing the planet and draining the resources, right? Final Fantasy VIII opens with a whole bunch of fucking political shit related to like leadership. Final Fantasy IX is a whole bunch of like there's like so much stupid shit baked into this video. It's like the ultimate like gamer bro, like fucking like this guy like smoked a bunch, thought he had a really good take, and like laid it out. But like almost every single point in this video is like beyond fucking stupid. I don't know. Go hit us up.
No. Yeah, I completely agree with it. I thought the biggest point of the whole thing was the fact that like by advocating for games to quote unquote not be political all the damn time is intrinsically a political stance on its own. Here, you just want your flavor of politics, you know. I would say like the specific enabling of status quo, or I guess lack of action, or lack of, I don't know, I guess any kind of initiatives is intrinsically, or you're saying, yeah, I like how things are right now in this current political state. So that comes to mind. The what was the one I said here? The critiques about like how the characters are depicted here, whether if they're big, buff, or super slim. I mean, there was. You're right. Honestly, I really we really should have just like paused it, because there was like a lot of things he said. I was just like, It seemed kind of like like baby rage. Like I like things my way and my way only, because the traditionalism is the way of how things should have been. Games are meant to be about fun. I mean, I don't know. I guess like super subjective. I mean, there could be. Some people do play games for their narrative lore or their emotional pool. That's their gameplay. I think Life is Strange comes to mind. I think visual novels come to mind. Point and click adventures come to mind. Video games come in a lot of ways, in a lot of forms, and I feel like what people like is not strictly I don't know what to call it here, really. Gameplay oriented, I guess. I mean, we gotta say that. I mean, you compare the average AAA game now to the AAA game 20 years ago, and it's like, yeah, it's very, very different now. I mean, wasn't the fourth to newest Call of Duty, its opening mission was entirely on rails because it had so much cinematic heaviness going on with a combination of QTEs. Like you couldn't even fail the first mission if you tried. So
yeah, I don't know. I haven't played the Call of Duty storylines. I heard they got really shit after like Modern Warfare 2 or whatever the main stories are, but I don't know. Yeah, he wanted some good stories, no fucking pandering of shit. What is just actual in our timeline? I'm trying to like legitimately think, like, is there like actually like an RPG that's like the story's been ruined because of pandering? Like, I thought some of the clips I've seen of like Borderline 2's writing seems a little cringy, but like, has this actually happened where there's like a game?
I think people would debatably say Mirror's Edge 2 had was pandering, because it was like Anita Sarkeesian was kind of the overseer of it, and but I could be wrong. I didn't play Mirror's Edge Catalyst personally, but
okay, people are saying Life is Strange 2. I didn't play Mirror's Edge either, but these are like fucking visual novels. Are you playing these for the gameplay? Like, I mean, I guess we're talking story. I hate visual novels. I hate that people play this game. Sorry, keep going. You saying Mirror's Edge 2 because Anita Sarkeesian was involved with some shit?
Yeah, well, I heard the reception was bad, but I wish I remembered if it was because the game was bad or because of like the game was in development and then EA consulted Anita Sarkeesian. She came aboard to like steer things around, including to be honest, I'm kind of pivoting the point here now. People might have been upset more than anything else here, but initially the protagonist depicted on the initial version of Mirror's Edge looked more like anime beautiful, and then like the final version of of the girl on the cover was more like grounded and more like kind of like anti-feminine. Like, yeah, you think girls are all ditzy and cute, but yeah, we actually, you know, she looked more like, you know, like she was very bluntly athletic.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wish someone would have to like give me the there's a pretty strong comparison here. I think we can. I'm probably gonna Google for you here. Like if you look at the Mirror's Edge 2 box art concept.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Let me see if I can get that for you.
Somebody link me a before and after. If Trihex can't find it in time.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking for it. Google's failing me right now. I'm afraid. Shit. Sorry about that. I'm failing here. All I can find is like just this. But this isn't even like this doesn't even sell my example hard enough here. But I want to say that
they made her boobs smaller.
Yeah, like left is post Sarkeesian, right is what it was initially.
Okay.
If I recall correctly. But you can see that you know that the you know, rather than having the more anime rounded face, more like it's more of a correct egg shape, more standard to the proportions. So that's an edit. Okay. Well, does anyone have the thing here? I know that the final box art. I wish I remember what the box art was, dude. That's the one that really sold me on it here. So. Shaming small boob lovers. Sorry, y'all. I might have dropped the ball there for you. Oh wait, hang on. Wait, maybe my chat can't move. Found it. Is that accurate? Okay, yeah. This is what I was looking for here. This looks a little bit more like what I was looking at. All right, so here you go. With the yeah, so you can see here that the sorry for the audio format here, y'all. The right one I believe is the one attached to the final box art, and the left one was the initial concept. So
wait, fuck, is VidCon going on right now? This is super random. I'm sorry.
VidCon is soon, yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
Why would you go?
I would have, but I'm in fucking Sweden.
Damn, dude.
Fuck, that's totally random. I'm sorry. I just saw some shit.
VidCon's kind of a circus, dude. I'm thinking back to whenever the Paul brothers were there, and they said they had like $10,000 in a bag somewhere, and his fans were actually going ape shit trying to find the bag, and it was actually a safety hazard.
Is VidCon's the one where all the political dudes go and they like get ass painted at each other, right?
Yeah, VidCon is where all the YouTubers go, like all the power. It's like where like Markiplier and like you know the top 0.001% go to just like absolutely all their army of fans do everything.
Gotcha. Maybe I'm thinking Politicon. Never mind. I don't know when the fuck that one is. I thought Politicon was all the YouTubers.
Okay. Politicon is going to be in early October this year, and it's in Tennessee, which is really fucking weird and whack.
Nice. Okay.
I still want to go, but like, fuck, that's such a weak sauce bullshit, dude. Like, I don't fucking fly to fucking Tennessee, dude. What the fuck am I gonna do out there? Like, what's like? I don't even get like, what's the? You were in LA last year. Why the fuck are you in Tennessee now, dude? What was I gonna say about that though? Yeah, I'm surprised. I wouldn't take you for one to want to go to VidCon. What did you find appealing about going to VidCon?
Oh, nothing. I thought that's where all the I thought I saw videos of like, is that where like Sargon like harassed Anita that one day or whatever? Or maybe that might have been Politicon and I just didn't know it.
I don't think Sargon would be at VidCon. I think you're confusing Politicon big time.
Yeah, it might be Politicon. Yeah, I don't care about all this dumbass shit.
Yeah, VidCon is where like all the 10 mil and above YouTubers like go to like get their ego flex on for 3 days straight.
No, people are saying that was VidCon. Oh shit. Okay, maybe some of the political people sometimes go to VidCon. Okay, whatever. Fuck it. Okay, ignore this.
Yeah,
back to the main topic. I'm sorry.
Fuck it, dude. Fuck it. But yeah, the take from Critical is just it's sour. It comes off as entitled. I don't know. It's not really like well thought out. It seems really insular. I'm just like,
well, like it identifies some things that I believe are real problems. Like I do think games are like pretty samey, and there's a lot of trouble with that. I don't think it's because of politics. I think it's just because game companies tend to play it safe, right? Like I don't think movies today have a big problem because of like politics. I think movies have a big problem because like people have money and they want to invest it in ways that they know will get a return. That's why we see like 50 trillion fucking superhero movies, like more so than anybody actually taking risks.
Actually, you bring up a good point here now about that. There is actually a really dangerous, I say dangerous, like not really, but a dangerous precedent going on right now because Toy Story 4, only opened to $130 million opening box office weekend rather than the projected 170 plus.
Wait, what did? The Spider-Man?
Toy Story 4.
Oh, you said you tweeted that you saw that. That was really good, right?
Yeah. Did you? I don't know if you Nathan saw it or not, or if you plan to or not. But
maybe.
But yeah, dude, it's actually if you get a chance to check it out, I'd love to talk about it actually, and that'd be pretty dope next week.
Yeah, I'll do it on my way back through because I'm passing through Nebraska when I go back home. So we're gonna grab him and we'll go check it out. Yeah.
Sick. Okay. So, but what I was gonna say here is that it didn't meet projections from box office based off of how other films have opened. Like for example, Incredibles 2 opened stronger than Toy Story 4. But this has been a pretty bad summer for everything besides, well, Disney. Men in Black International flopped. What was the other one? And like two other movies, like between Toy Story and after Endgame and before Toy Story, like there were pretty much 4 flops that happened all between then. It's been sour. Oh yeah, X-Men, Godzilla, and Men in Black International were all flops.
Oh god, I saw the Godzilla movie. It was so fucking shit. Have you seen what have you seen recently? You've seen Toy Story 4?
I didn't see it because the trailer was. I was like, God, these fucking trailers, dude. The whole movie's spoiled, dude. Like I have like, what reason am I going at this point now? I see everything. I know what the plot is. I know what's gonna happen. It's just a matter of like the specifics of how it's gonna be executed. So it's one of those trailers that I'm really not a fan of, man. Like fuck this modern marketing where you gotta put like the whole fucking movie in the trailer in order for people to go see it.
I was going to I mean, my answer is supposed to be you should go to the Godzilla movie to watch all the monsters and shit, but there's like hardly anything there. Like, oh my god, I hate it when like monster movies. Did you ever see Pacific Rim?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I did not see the second one. The first one I did like though.
I didn't see Pacific Rim, but I heard that Pacific Rim was really good because like it knew what it was, and that was just like giant monsters fighting like giant fucking mechs, and that was the whole movie. I hate it when I watch movies that take themselves like way too fucking seriously. And this Godzilla movie, like grim. Like, let me just give you like a kind of a quick plot synopsis. In this Godzilla movie, all of the Titans have been locked under Earth, and some lady is making a machine that supposedly allows you to communicate with these monsters. And what she's trying to do is she's trying to break the monsters free in order to reset mankind, because mankind has caused too much damage to the Earth. So she's going to go around the planet collecting all of these monsters to make them ravage the Earth, to punish humans, and to return the Earth to a natural state. So they need to go down and find Godzilla and bring him out in order to fight the monsters that the lady's reviving, that she now regrets reviving because she realizes it was a bad idea and she loves her family more. And it's like, dude, I just want to watch fucking Godzilla like fight some shit. What the fuck? What is this shit? I don't need all this. This is so much dumb fucking shit. Why are we doing this?
Okay, all right, wait, look. I want to challenge you right now, but I'm kind of waiting for you to let me know whenever we're getting the spoilers.
I think I kind of spoiled it, but go for
it. got him, boys.
Nice, man. Wait, hasn't this movie been out for like a month or two?
Yeah, it's been out. Dude. Fuck it, dude.
Yeah, fuck out of here, dude. It's a fucking Godzilla movie. Okay, get the fuck out of here.
I'm just fucking with you, dude. No, actually, I don't have to debate that. No, no, it's like, yeah, it's so much. Did you watch Godzilla 2014? Actually,
fuck. 2014?
Yeah, this is actually a sequel to that one.
Oh no, I didn't. Was it any good?
Yeah, it has phenomenal sound design, but good golly goddamn, dude, like Godzilla does not appear until an hour into the film. Like oh my god, dude, it's like,
is it worth it, or was it not?
It's a lot better than the 90s one. Was it the 97 film? That one's like a pile of shit.
Is that the one where they use like it's fucking Green Day in the trailer or whatever? Am I remembering this?
I don't remember the trailer for it actually. It's just like, what I can say about 2014 Godzilla from what I remember is like, yeah, Godzilla appears an hour into the film, and it's like it moves really slow to build up to whenever the military have to like embrace it, and it feels kind of like, I don't know, a Michael Bay jerk off film, because like they deep throat the military so fucking hard, because it's like a military POV on their on dealing with the foreign creature that they have to deal with. So it's just like a lot of military shit.
Gotcha.
Which I mean, I guess is grounded and fine, but it was like a lot of that. I guess because you know the movie's called Godzilla, so you're expecting to see like a fuck ton more Godzilla, but it was really more like pedestrians and NPCs. The movie with like 20 minutes of Godzilla. So
okay, well, good thing I didn't see that one, I guess. So
yeah. But yeah, you said that Godzilla sucked ass. I thought Men in Black, the trailer for that looked terrible. I didn't go see live action Aladdin because I was like, which actually I've heard not super bad things about it actually. So maybe I should go see it. I've heard mixed. I heard actually that they change the ending. It's not a direct remake. That how things resolve with the genie's actually a little bit different here. So maybe I don't know, maybe I'll whatever, like check it out later on or some shit.
Wait, that sounds super bad. I'm sorry, I haven't seen Aladdin in like fucking 20,000 years. Isn't at the end of the original Aladdin movie, the genie is like set free, right?
Correct.
The way that you just phrased that, it seems like it would be really fucked up if like Will Smith is playing the genie and he's like, you know what, actually I want to be a slave forever. Never mind. That just seems like a really shit way to rewrite. I'm sorry. All right, go. Well, what was your next?
I don't know how it ends. I was just told that it's apparently it's pretty feels heavy, but I don't know.
Okay.
You're right. It could be a.
Okay, sorry.
I'm trying to think. I don't even know what you could do. I guess I maybe I should go see it actually, because I'm trying to envision like what would you change? Like how could you change that ending and make it like, I guess, like different but like satisfying and fulfilling.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure actually. But yeah, what was I gonna say again? But so yeah, I'm gonna go see Lion King when it drops next week. Which actually, sure. I don't know if you heard the embargo lifted today, so now people are delivering their reviews. But obviously, you know, it's Lion King, so it's like it's Disney's Illuminati at full play here. So of course, the early reviews are all like glowing reviews about not only is the film good, but even the two things I thought would be the most annoying, the CGI Timon and Pumbaa voiceovers, steal the show. They are actually hilarious according to the two tweets I saw this morning with the embargo lift.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my skinny. I'm sorry, it's my dog. My dog was like scratching itself.
Okay.
Anyways though, yeah, but yeah, I'll go see Lion King next week. So I have to like know I have to like, you know, deliver my try hard opinion on the whole damn thing, because I'm pretty mixed on its existence, but I'm curious to see like how it resolves and everything else here.
Yeah, for sure.
What was I gonna say about it though? Oh wait. Oh, the whole point of this whole me bringing all this up right now, this whole pivot into the movies here, was the fact that the fact that box office is flopping, and there's like some speculation that the over-reliance on properties and sequels is actually boring audiences, and that's why more things are flopping than ever right now. You know, Men in Black sequel. Aladdin, well, not Aladdin, what's the other one that flopped here again? Godzilla sequel. There's just so much over-reliance on existing properties.
I mean, like, we're getting pretty hardcore. Like, how many fucking things are being remade by Disney right now? Like, on top of, like, all the fucking superhero shit. Like, on top of, like, yeah, the monster hero. Like, it's cringy to say, but, like, the most original... action. The most original things right now are, like, fucking horror movies. Which are, like, cheap and easy to make. But, like,
yeah. So, here's what I'll say about that. what we have now, I feel like, is the death of mid-budget movies. It's
Yeah.
either like
Indie films.
Sundance ambition shit, or it's like $200 million blockbuster CGI bukkake everywhere stuff.
Yeah.
And nothing in between. Like the idea of like a smaller stakes $50 million film with an original idea seems really, really risky now. And it's I feel like people are getting really burnt out on that at this point.
There's a lot of gems that like exist in that price range too, right? Like well, actually, I'm not sure. Is Whiplash? I'm trying to remember. Did you ever see that movie?
No, but it's on my to-do list though. I did watch his other films, but Whiplash is on my to-do list.
That budget, that's like a
right,
$3.5 million film. The other film that guy made was supposed to be really good too.
There was La La Land.
Yeah, La La Land.
Yeah, La La Land was like 30 million.
Okay. Bit more expensive.
And got Emma Stone a Best Actress award. Pretty dope. I didn't see what was it? Not Rocket Man. I know it's not called Rocket Man, but whatever. The one about the Neil Armstrong astronaut stuff.
Okay.
First Man. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of films. It's just like it's just fuck, dude. Like the power of the MCU is like so powerful now that like I don't know, you just kind of people are I see other studios literally avoiding competition with Disney at this point because they own everything now. They just, you know, the first week of May 2020, watch out. March 2020, watch out. November 2020, watch out. And they just have boom, 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 boom. They have like all the lucrative slots locked in, and people are running in fear of the Goliath taking over.
Yeah.
So, but do you ever feel like this could replicate in gaming, like this over-reliance on property recognition?
Wait, what?
Leading to audiences being bored?
Doesn't
like
that
the whole idea
already happen? Like,
oh, you think it's already happened?
Gaming took it to another level. Like, gaming used to have this problem where you would get like another Assassin's Creed, another Fallout, another Call of Duty, another Battlefield, but now gaming took it to the next level. Now we have, the concept is called an infinity game, where instead of getting like another game and another game of the same thing, now you just have games that like infinitely update.
No, the official term is fuck, how to do live content or it's the thing that they're trying to do the Destiny thing, right? Where it's like the game never ends. There's no games as a service. That's what it is. Yeah. Where there's no endpoint. You just like you build an immersive universe, and you have the players make it an extension of their identity, so that you continually pump money into aesthetics and cosmetics and anything else.
So CS:GO, League, Dota are good examples of like infinity games that just like keep going forever. Yeah.
And the problem is like that model is so whack because like how many of these can exist, you know? Like how many of these things can actually be out there with these, like, you know, these like perpetual infinite content machines that are going to demand, you know, 40 hours of your gamer time per week to remain relevant in, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
So I know they're all like it's like a bunch of like really obese people trying to fit through one doorway at one time, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a shit show right there a little bit.
I mean, I think people enjoy I think people can enjoy these games in a different way than maybe you or I can. I don't know what you're like. I can't play a game casually for like 1 or 2 hours a day. Like, it's not fun for me. Like, I've got to be playing like 6 hours a day. That's the only way I can enjoy it. But there are people that like to play just like 1 or 2 games of either League or Auto Chess or TFT or Fortnite or whatever. So I mean, they're out there. I mean, actually, those are like the majority of people, I think.
Dude, I'm so far removed from that as well. Actually, like I think because of streaming, I'm just like so intertwined to like my performance. Like I want to like play the game well. I want to like I'm inclined to get the mechanics well. Just because like if I suck at the game, it's like, well, I need to redeem that I suck at it, so I need to like get better at it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, that streamer attitude kicks into me really hard. And I don't even know like to be honest here, I'm trying to think here, like the last, and this is kind of more of like a pivot here a little bit, but like the last time I played a game like off stream, let me think here. When was that? I really can't recall actually. But I mean I stream a lot though. I mean like in a negative way. Like I don't like gaming obviously. Just more that like I try to optimize it to where like if I'm gaming, I'm doing it on stream, right? So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, why the fuck wouldn't you? Yeah.
Oh, you know what? You're right. You're right, chat. Smash Brothers. Smash. Not actually. Now I remember. Yeah. Tetris. I did play offline to get better at Tetris, as I started playing that for the first time ever earlier this year. And Smash Brothers, I did want to get better at that, so I would play offline to be able to like learn how to deal with losing that game more often and be able to handle it better when streaming it. So,
wow,
both those are both those are tethered to performances, though. I would say that's more like a pro stream reason than deliberately doing it for another reason. Do you find is that do you play games offline at this point, or
no.
do you do optimized, baby? Optimized. Okay.
Yeah, why the fuck would you stream or play games off stream? That seems.
I don't know. I was just, you're not wrong. I feel like I'm doing a good job by always playing things on stream. Yeah. Speaking of which, actually, yo, fam, I got Squad telling me I should hop on TFT. Should I? Do you play it?
Yeah, go for it. I play it. I mean, did you ever play auto chess or?
No, I haven't played shit. I haven't played anything at all, so I don't know what the fuck anything is. I just got people telling me like Trainwreck's invited me to play TFT with them. I'm supposed to play with him Tuesday, but I forgot. So I'm gonna see if he wants to play Friday or Saturday. So.
Oh wait, shit. Oh, I do. Oh, sometimes I play games. Sometimes like my fan. So one thing that fans always want you to try new games, and they say that, but what they really want is to see you try a new game and then quit it in like a day or two, right? I don't know if you ever had this phenomenon before, but yeah, people are like, oh, you should play this, you play this. Like, okay, I'll do it. And like you play it the first 2 days or maybe one day, you have like really good viewership. But then after that, like nobody cares anymore. They want you to move on. So sometimes, like if I play, sometimes there are games that I play, but I actually really like them, but they're like horrible for viewership, like even worse than League. So like I'll try to finish them off stream. So I did that with that Anno 1800 game. I did that with one called Fell Seal that I played recently. I did that a little bit with a game called They Are Billions. So those are games that I've played a little bit off stream before. Like if I've got free time, I'll just like grind out like an hour or two of those. But yeah. So there you go.
Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah, Factorio. Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah.
So my chat's telling me universally I should not play it, which is interesting because whenever I asked them about it, it's funny. Okay, so let me tell you the comparison here. So if I ask on stream right now, should I play TFT? They'll tell me no because it's boring to watch. But then when I go to my Discord and tell them, hey, should I low key like pre-game and learn to play TFT so I can beat Trainwreck when I play him on Friday, then with that angle, everyone was like, yeah. Whenever I made it like more about, I guess, I don't know, bopping someone in a competitive vibe, then they're like, ooh, yeah, get him, Trihex, let's go. Because then y'all were like, then I had like 3 dudes volunteer, like, yo, I'll teach you everything, dude. I'll do the hop and cube me right now. We'll fucking go in there. I'll teach you I'll teach you everything. I'll get you good like in 3 games, easy. Like I had people ready to volunteer advocating for this point. It went from like fuck no to fuck yeah. Just based off of that perspective right there, which is kind of interesting. Oh my god, that game fills Train's ego, destroys ego. That's what it is, by the way. That's what it was. They're all telling me he wasn't good, but he keeps thinking he's good. He's just lucky. Dude. So I don't know, we'll see. This is interesting here. Oh my god, dude. So okay, here's a question for you though, to end the broadcast on here, because we're almost at 2 hours. So you're traveling right now. How are you balancing streaming, or are you just not streaming right now when you're traveling for your little 2-week thing? Like, what are you doing?
Like the thing that, so before when I travel, I would just like, my streams would be super erratic and sometimes I just wouldn't stream for days. What I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to stream like at least 2 hours of political content every day. It's really hard though, because sometimes I'm just at places where I don't have like good internet, and it's really fucking frustrating. Like even for this stream, like I almost didn't do it because in the beginning the internet was shitting out a lot. But yeah, that's basically my goal when I'm traveling. Is I try to make it so I've set up so like, okay, hey, like whoever I'm with, just like I'm gonna stream for 2 hours today. Like I have to do it. Like otherwise my shit gets super fucked. Yeah. But that's basically how I try to balance it out.
Okay. Gotcha.
What about for you? Have you tried like IRL streaming a lot yet or no?
Honestly, dude, I actually am not a fan of doing IRL when I'm not in a exceptional environment. Like when the environment is inherently entertaining, then I feel like I don't have to like try hard to entertain. But whenever it's like just me doing IRL, like what am I doing? I guess like the question here is like what am I doing that's worthy of being IRL streamed, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what the question is here. Like, what the thing that I do that lends itself to most to IRLing for me is working out. But that's like me time. That's like I work out to feel good to have my work-life balance of when I stream. Like if I IRL stream working out, then it's like it's gonna be this like shit show of like memes and everything else here, and they're gonna be all like do 10 push-ups and they can't count to 10. And it's like, oh, you only did 9. It's always shit like that. And I have to entertain the stream. I can't like just like do the workout as I would do, get the pump, have my playlist bumping, get in flow state and like, fucking get all chiseled, jacked and sweaty and, get that fucking sick ass pump. You know what I'm saying? No, I'd rather get my runner's high of working out in flow state. I'm instead being brought down to the constant realization that I'm entertaining the chat. I have to be entertaining.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I don't know. That's why I'm not too big on IRL right now. But when I travel though, I'm definitely I'm down to like, make it an adventure. If I'm out, if it's Trihex Anime Expo, like, wherever I walk, there's like, cosplay, there's shit to do. So I'm all for it.
All right.
But maybe I just gotta get like you and just not give a fuck though, and just fucking like fucking man. I'm live. Yeah.
No, IRL stuff you can't really phone it in. People will get like really bored or like raging. It's pretty hard, yeah. If you're not doing something kind of entertaining. Although like you don't have to be like you don't have to try too hard as long as you're like if you got like a friend or two to talk to or something, you're just like hanging out. That's probably better than just like walking around, I think.
Yeah, definitely that for sure. Okay, so I got it just because like the people are gonna fucking like call me a fucking pussy if I don't. So can we? What is there anything you want to bring up about this Hasan shit or whatever? Like, before we go, because like, okay, hear me out, right? Because everyone was like, bro, are y'all gonna talk about drama for fucking an hour and a half straight, man? And I'm like. First off, chat, you're the one bringing the whole fucking time here. I don't know. I didn't watch. Look, here's the facts, okay? I didn't watch Hasan's little thing Sunday night, so I don't know what the fuck happened there. All I know is that you and him were like fucking beefing hard on Twitter, and then y'all were arguing over who's the better kisser, and then y'all never made out, and then here we are now. So like, is there a thing you want to talk about here, or are we just gonna? Are we cool? Or you too tired? You don't give a fuck? Like I feel like if I don't bring it up, people are gonna call me a fucking pussy. So I'm just gonna bring it up right now.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you want to talk about, I don't care. I'm not gonna like drone on for like 7 hours about it and like rage or whatever. That wasn't supposed to be a call out. I just mean, yeah. What do you got, buddy? What are your questions?
Okay, so I can keep 100 right now.
Yeah,
because I don't know a lot here, but I'll tell you what I know.
You can whatever you want to know, just fucking ask. I don't give a fuck. Okay.
Okay, so check it out, right? I went in DGG yesterday, and just to ask them if they had saw my performance on the Raj Patel battle podcast and all that, and the boys came through. They gave me the love and all that, and essentially what I was told was, hey, do you know about the Destiny-Hasan drama? And I was like, no. I mean, what happened? What's I heard that things got heated Sunday evening whenever it was Hasan versus debating some right winger, and then you got involved at some point, and then it kind of became you versus him because the right winger was pretty much irrelevant or whatever or some shit like that. And then but one of them summarized it as that you were upset that Hasan called Buttigieg booty judge, right? The presidential candidate, the mayor. That he calls him booty judge, right? And that can be interpreted as a homophobic slur, and that's where you got like you were upset by that, and then things escalated from there. Other people said that was one thing, and that it was actually an accumulation of things that are kind of like hard to like
it's
quantify
unfortunate
exactly.
because like I get like so bored like dealing with a lot of this online shit now because like so much of it is just like absolute fucking fantasy. The Buttigieg shit had almost nothing to do with anything. It actually was like such an insanely minor like non-point. But, like people started to make threads about it and blow it up, and it's like okay, I guess this is like a big deal for some people. But no, yeah, I don't think that was ever like a big deal. Basically, like the summary of everything was that I think that me and Hasan do things like very, very, very differently. Like we are like incredibly different in terms of the way that we approach things. Um, and then wait, people are saying we talked about the Buttigieg thing for an hour. I think I talked about the Buttigieg thing for a total of like 4 or 5 minutes at the end of my stream, and then I closed it. And then you guys started to make threads about it. I was like, oh, okay. But anyway, yeah, me and Hasan approach things really differently. I've known this for a long time. I've kind of like poked him on his opinions, or we've kind of like had conversations about this. But like, I've kind of known for a long time that we approach things differently. It's kind of been frustrating to me because our fan base has started to become like super intermingled. Oh yeah, this is another meme that people are passing is like I'm bad at communicating or whatever. There's like those are like the two big threads that have popped up that are like totally fucking delusional. Yeah, basically, me and Hasan are very, very different. I've known this for quite a while. We've kind of like had a couple arguments leading up to a big argument that we had recently, but like I think like a week or two ago, one of the worst arguments we had was that it was something with like basically I went into his thing after like a Democratic debate and we were talking about something and then I muted him for a second because I didn't want to get into it, and I told my stream something like I'm a little bit worried that like the people that are like Bernie bros like think that they have all this negative like opposition research, like all this negative like opposition research on all this stuff with Democrats. I don't think most people know about this stuff, and I'm worried that like Bernie bros are going to trick themselves into thinking that are going to trick themselves into thinking that like Bernie's like this super popular candidate, and it's like that's not true. And when I hear people start to say things like, I think somebody said something like I think I heard Hasan say like Bernie pulls well with African Americans under 35, and then I made a comment like, well, that kind of sounds like we're doing Bernie math. To be fair, Hasan did say that like that's the only group, and then overwhelmingly he doesn't pull well with African Americans. But when I start to hear numbers like that, it was something that worried me, and I brought it up, and then people got like really mad. And then I pointed out like there were a couple things about Biden that have been said that I don't think are being said really truthfully. So like I think it was Biden's position on it was him making that comment about whether or not things are going to stay things are going to stay the same. Then there's one other Biden thing that's like I don't know. I feel like this isn't real. But basically, I kind of like threw a couple of like bullshit takes out that I wasn't like super confident about. They were just things that kind of worried me, and then people got like really mad at me. They said I devalued Hasan's work, blah blah blah, which I guess was kind of true. I apologized to Hasan. I said if I do it again, I'll take you more seriously. We'll do like a more serious thing. So then like a few days ago, he put out a video on Kamala Harris, and for this one, I was like, okay, I watched the entire video. I researched every claim. And I came away from the video thinking like, okay, I feel like pretty much every single thing in this video is like either half true or like horrendously mischaracterized. And so, all right, well, we're gonna have a conversation about it. And that conversation was like a total fucking shit show. I tried to have the conversation, and then I guess from here it just depends on who you ask. Some people say that I was rude and condescending and horrible. I mean, I maintain that it was one of the like gentlest debates I've had. Like I couldn't even shout or anything because I was in a room with a bunch of people sleeping. But yeah, basically from that conversation. At the end of that conversation,
let's stop right there. So Hasan made a video about Kamala Harris, and you said that it came off as disingenuous. Is that what you said, or misleading?
I thought the video was full of lies. Yeah, pretty much.
I guess I didn't watch it in question here. I mean, are you able to tell me? Because I'm not a fan of Kamala Harris myself. I made it very obvious in my own dim debate coverage here, but like I can get into why if you'd like me to. But I'm kind of wondering like when did he draw the line to you as far as like maybe an exaggeration or like a misframing of a thing that she said or
sure
done?
So like the first point that we got into that we spent probably fucking an hour and a half arguing was that Kamala Harris supposedly made a law that made it so that schools were turning undocumented children over to ICE. And so I looked into this, and what the law actually was people that were charged with a crime, undocumented people that were charged with a crime were being turned over to ICE. Some of these were children that went to school, but like you had to be charged with a crime. It wasn't schools turning over kids. And then Kamala Harris lied about this, which she did. But like that was the first thing that I took a huge issue with. It's like, well, hold on, like schools going through and just turning over children for being undocumented, that's insane. Whereas like, okay, turning over people that are charged with a crime, that's still pretty shit. But this is like a way different claim. Like one of these is like literal fucking Gestapo horrible fucking shit, and the other one is like, okay, this is pretty shit, but it's just way different. And then we couldn't agree on that point for like forever. Oh my god. And then eventually at the end of the argument with that, he was just like, okay, fine, dude, whatever, like fucking you win. And like, okay, fine. Then we moved to the next one. The next thing had to do with like he showed a video of Kamala Harris talking about truancy, which is like when kids don't go to school.
Mm-hmm. You mean like when kids are in like unfortunate situations of like perhaps bad parenting or foster parenting, and they just like give up on going to school, or like, I guess in what context here, like dropouts?
No, it's for kids that are like just not going to school without a legitimate reason. But in the truancy one, there was a video where Kamala Harris was talking about, hey, like there was a homeless person with 3 kids that weren't going to school, and we were able to use our resources to get her kids to go to school, and we were able to make it so that they were going to school again. And then Hasan made it sound like that she's like sending the cops to like threaten people at gunpoint to send their kids to school or some shit. I don't know. It was a pretty like
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a
I can that one I'm kind of mixed on. I'm not gonna lie to you there. I have heard some exaggerations that the law in question did allow the drama over was that the parents could be jailed for not sending their kids to school. That's what I understood it as. But at the same time, there hadn't been any actual arrests made via that law's enforcement. So it's kind of like
it was basically like so like here's like the worst takeaway we could give, and then here's like a more balanced. The worst takeaway is Kamala Harris used the DA to lock parents up because they couldn't send their kids to school. That's like the evil like Hasan version, where it's like she's literally a fucking Satan, like black Satan, like coming to kill your fucking kids with the Gestapo police or some shit, right? The actuality of it is how it played out was Kamala Harris stated that she had a problem where she noticed that in a lot of the investigations they were doing in their office, a lot of kids that were getting killed. One of the problems with kids is if you don't go to school, like the chances of you being fucked in life are go up exponentially, right? Even fucks like Ben Shapiro know this, right? The 3 successes in life are like go through at least fucking high school, don't get somebody pregnant, and like have a job or something. It's like those are like the 3 basic things. But like yeah, like going to school is really important. Every country in the world has laws where you have to go to school or else your parents get fined. Even in the United States, we do it. But basically what Kamala Harris was like was, I'm going to, since it seems like the city isn't doing enough, I'm going to use my, as a DA, I'm going to make it a policy so that we're going to use like the law enforcement to like encourage parents to like get their kids to school. So if you're somebody that's not making an effort to reach out to the school, if the school is trying to contact your kid and nobody's returning any calls or whatever, she's going to send like police. Be like, hey, listen, if you don't get this shit rolling, like you're going to either get fined or taken to prison, because like your kid has to go to school. And that her claim, now I keep repeating her claim, I haven't vetted this independently and I should. She claims that at the end of this, she was able to boost attendance rates by 20% by using the actual like police department to like make sure parents knew that like getting their kids to school was some serious shit. And like now we could talk about whether or not that's good or bad, which we tried to, but I couldn't. Yeah. But I mean, like that's
super.
What?
I'm super mixed on this one. That are leaning towards like it being a negative. I guess if the school system wasn't a pile of shit right now, that'd be one thing. Like if it was, if like they're being forced to go to what is universally agreed as an effective way to nurture the youth and get them prepared for the real world. But I think right now school is terrible, abysmal. And a mandate to attend via police enforcement sounds really off to me. I'm not really a fan of that.
Sure. Okay. I don't even want to argue with your take here because I don't care. But like what I'm saying is like the framing, the framing of these two things is way fucking different, right? Where like in one framing, it's like we're literally sending cops to like bust down doors and like lock parents up and shit. And then in the other one, like it's, we're using our resources of the police department to like tell parents if they don't do it, they're going to get in fucking trouble or whatever, which I don't necessarily think is like the worst fucking thing in the world.
Okay. So okay, you're not wrong. I understand there could be a difference of framing here on that one, but the problem is like Kamala is intertwined with the private prison system, and I'm not sure if I trust her execution on really any of that shit. To be honest, a little bit clean
Yeah,
to
I
me
mean, we
there.
can talk about it if we don't trust it, but again, that's a different thing, right? That's a different issue, and that could be a valid one. But like that, but that's my problem. Like, I don't like it when I don't like it like if there are valid reasons to attack somebody, if we start like making shit up. Like, it feels like really bad, especially given like Hassan's positions like on Bernie and everything. Like, it just makes me feel like really uncomfortable to like give like these nuclear level horrible fucking like mischaracterizations of people when we could like go after them for like legitimate reasons, you know?
Yeah. Okay. No, I hear you. Okay. So you were talking about the Kamala thing. Was there anything else relevant to the Hassan stuff, or
I don't know how much farther, if we even made it any farther
I mean,
into
like,
that,
it's
but
like, okay, but
we
here,
spent where
let me ask you a better question.
mm-hmm.
Where are y'all right now? Are y'all squad now, or is this like like a, you know?
Oh, I'm pretty sure we're terminated
A
now.
torn. Or what?
I'm pretty sure we're completely done now.
As in it's resolved, or like
yeah, it's
there's
resolved,
no
and like
more
we're
escalation.
not talking to each other anymore. I think, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is nuclear now. Oh,
Yeah,
there's a
so like the thing
rift.
was is that by the end of the conversation, basically what had happened was, and this is the way that I'm going to frame it. You can accuse me of being biased. So for the record, somebody went through and they did tally up the time. Apparently, Hassan spoke for like 86 minutes, and I spoke for 53 minutes or some shit. And I'm pretty sure he interrupted me like 7 times when I interrupted him. You can go through. There's like a Reddit post, somebody tallied it up. But basically, by the end of it, Hassan started to do this thing that I've been accusing lefty people of doing recently, where he started to throw out to me every debate thing I've ever heard from like all of the people on like the conservative shit. So he was saying like, oh well, Destiny, you're a disingenuous debater. You're just using extreme hypotheticals. You're trying to trick me or trap me or play gotchas. You're like the Ben Shapiro of the left. It was like everything I'd ever heard from like all the conservatives and like alt-righters I debated. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, and so it's like,
Fuck it, I'm gonna have to. God damn it, dude! Like, this, it's so important that I guess I have to watch the
that my
Sunday
whole
night
argument
VOD.
was like semantics or whatever. Yeah, I mean, you can watch it. The important thing to take away from my video, though, and especially because we almost started to do it here, is like, I'm not defending Kamala Harris and any of my takes. I'm not saying that what she did was right or wrong. I just completely disagreed with the way that Hassan was framing it. So like another example of this is like, because in the next day I went over a video that he did on Pete Buttigieg, and one of the things that Pete said was that he didn't feel comfortable making education free for everybody because he didn't like the idea of making working class people paying for education for people that are going to school.
I'm sorry, you cut out a very critical point there.
Oh, sorry.
Buttigieg didn't believe in what again? I'm sorry, education for everyone.
Okay, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, yeah. So Buttigieg said he didn't want working class Americans that had never gone to college or had the opportunity to do so to pay a tax for people who were going to go to college. He said that didn't feel right. It didn't feel very progressive to him, right? That's a quote that Buttigieg had. Does that quote make sense?
Okay.
Yeah. So like, now we can take issue with whether or not that's a good take or a bad take or whether that would happen or wouldn't happen. But Hassan's way of his treatment of that quote was, oh, Buttigieg thinks that going to college is for elitists. And it's like, wait, what? Like that, like, so this is the kind of like, and it feels like, and then I kind of like, I went through and I looked at like some numbers. It's like, oh, okay, so anytime a Democratic candidate gets like a surge in the polls, like there's like some Twitter thread that Hassan is going through to like completely and totally shit on like whoever that candidate is. And I don't know, that just like that the framing of all of those things like really bothered me. And so I said that Hassan basically like you engage in like a form of propaganda, and like that seems to be like what you do is you just like are trying to like suit like a political narrative, and then whatever fits into that you agree with, whatever's outside of that you can't even like entertain. And then he said that I am just like the Ben Shapiro of the left, and like debates are just a big joke, and everything I do is stupid anyway, and I've only been in politics for a few years, so I should say. So like that was pretty much like where we left off, and so yeah.
Ooh, yeah, you yikes, y'all throw out some deep accusations here. Fuck, I may have to just fucking watch the shit at this point to have more to say on it, I guess. Because now it's just a he said, she said, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there's a 3-hour video. I think that got posted on my channel like 2 hours ago, or I'm sorry, 2 days ago, which I think has like our main debate. And from that debate, that's pretty much where everything kind of like sprung from. Yeah.
Well, okay, so let me bring it to a positive light here.
Mm-hmm.
What is the best case scenario of what you would like to see happen for things to resolve in a peaceful manner, or a repairing of the relationship?
So like
conclusion.
the thing that sucks is that like I think I can be like friends with Hasan in real life that like hangs out and shit. Although it's hard because he always wants to talk about politics with everybody that he sees. But like the thing is that like it's hard because I feel like it's impossible to criticize his positions. Like anytime we've gotten into an argument over a debate or something, like it gets like really personal, like really quickly with him. And I'm just saying this. You could be the judge of this yourself. It's possible that I'm biased or whatever, or I'm ego driven, or people say I've got a big ego, pride, or whatever. You can watch the debate that we had 2 days ago, but like if you watch that debate and you've watched enough debates of me to see how I debate like people on the right, like I am very gentle in this conversation, and he gets so fucking angry, like so quick. And like I feel like I'm like being pretty gentle compared to like most of the people that I deal with. Like I'm usually laughing at people or saying straight out like you're being a fucking idiot. But like I thought the debate that I had like whatever it was like 2 or 3 days ago, I was being like pretty gentle before he got like insanely fucking heated, and it's like I don't know, whatever.
Okay, so you're not wrong. That's probably my biggest critique of Hasan is that he does get very emotional. I mean, super emotional. That's like his thing. That's actually why I think it's a big troll problem in his chat right now, because he gives them not just like kind of a reaction, gives them like a satisfying reaction, like, oh, like he falls for bait and then like gives them like a full like, yeah, I'm so fucking, I'm sorry, I shouldn't even personate actually, but like, yeah, he openly announces that he's upset and mad, and it's like I imagine that the 13-year-old on the other side is like, just like, keck, got him. So I feel like he has a ways to go on being able to like be above the manipulation of anonymous shitters in his chat. But and then I have to agree on your end with the fact that you are gentle. I mean, your debate style from 2015 to now has definitely gotten way more polished, and that you like more definitively do try to establish a framing that your opponent can understand. And by that I mean that you let your opponent completely state what their argument is and what their perspective is, and you use that against them. That way it's consistent with what they framed in the first place, rather than just like bring your own framing into it.
Yeah, but like one thing that I noticed, and it's like it feels shitty to say, but like most conservatives, like the joke that I'd always say is like conservatives are always 2 questions away from collapse. Like if I start asking them a few questions to test like the consistency of what they believe, they usually completely and utterly fall apart. They totally collapse in on themselves. And then like but like I feel like it's pretty similar with Hasan, and I did it for the first time 2 days. I was like, okay, well, let's ask a couple questions to feel like, so like, here's like an example. And again, I'm warning you, you can watch all of this on your stream. Oh, actually, it's even afternoon. Maybe after this, I'll host you. You can go fucking watch it, and everybody can join you in, and you can ride the drama train. But like, so like, in one of the conversations we got about had to do with the kids getting deported by ICE for being reported for committing crimes, right?
Right.
And so I said, my question was like, do you think that like schools, I don't remember what it was, but it had to sort of like, do you think schools just shouldn't call the police if like children are fighting? And then he was like, well, no, I don't think they should. I don't think schools should ever call the police. I was like, wait, really? Do you not think that like, do you think you should ever call the police in general for something? And he was like, no, I don't think you should ever call the police generally. And then I think people are telling me that he like backed out of that eventually or something. Maybe he did and I missed it. I admit that. But so when he said that, that's what I heard. And I was like, well, hold on. Damn, that's a really extreme statement. I don't think he could possibly believe that. So I start asking a couple hypotheticals to test that assertion. Like, okay, well, let's say a woman gets raped. Should she be allowed to go to the cops? And if she does, is she responsible for somebody getting deported? And like ultimately he was like, well, yeah, I think she can go to the cops, of course, but if somebody gets deported, she's partially responsible. So I tried to use like a gentler hypothetical. I was like, okay, well, let's say you're walking down the alley and there are like 2 people following you and you're a woman and maybe you're worried that they're going to like try something. Do you think she can call the cops, or would she be liable if they got deported because they might be illegal immigrants? And Hassan's answer to me there was, well, I wouldn't call the cops, which is like a really weaselly way of not answering the question. And so like the feeling I got when I would ask him hypotheticals, the feeling I was getting was like, okay, so like it sounds like you don't have these positions thought out at all, and you're really uncomfortable answering my hypotheticals because it's going to commit you to a position that you know you can't defend. And that happened like 2 or 3 times, and I could feel like the frustration on his end mounting. And I was like, okay, whatever. And that's why at the end he started throwing out the like, oh, you're just playing semantics games and whatever. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, I wish I wish I had more I can go on here. I know so little, and I didn't watch the whole thing, and I don't have enough information to like really have a take from it other than just what you're saying, and I gotta just take it at the value that it's coming from your perspective and not
Yeah, and I
his.
admit I could maybe I'm
So yeah,
misremembering
like
whatever, but you can, like I said, it's like
I'm
a
not really
3 hour
sure.
thing. You can watch it after you want. I think you only need to get like an hour into it to really see what's going on.
Let me
But,
just ask this again. Here, let me just put you on this one thing here. I know you said the boot.
Buddha
I'm trying to
Judge.
say his name, like Buddha Judge. You say that wasn't a big deal, but that's the one thing that everyone's brought to me here. Do you find that was a homophobic slur? Was that really that big of a deal?
Towards the end of my stream, somebody brought up like, do you think Buddha Judge is a homophobic slur or whatever? And I was like, no, I don't know. That sounds, or booty judge is homophobic slur. I was like, no, that sounds. What do you mean? I don't think so. And then somebody brought up the fact that Pete is gay, and I didn't know that. And hearing that Pete is gay. Now, maybe I've gone too far down the woke progressive identity politics route or whatever. Hearing that Pete is gay, I was like, oh, well, hold on, fuck. I don't know if I would be comfortable if a guy's last name was like Booty Judge and I knew that he was gay. I don't know if I'd be comfortable saying like, hey, what's up, Booty Judge? Like, maybe I've seen too much gasm shit or whatever, but like, yeah, that actually does, like, that really hits me the wrong way. And I think the examples I give is like, if somebody was called like David like Assman or whatever, and I found out he was gay, I would be really uncomfortable calling him like David Assman, right? Maybe if he was straight, I wouldn't feel the same, but I don't know. Maybe just because of everything having to do with gay people, like, I don't think like making jokes about like asses or like body parts or whatever with like a gay person doesn't seem like a good idea to me. It feels like one of those things. So like what I just said, I feel like moderately strong about. This is something I feel very strongly about. If Steven Crowder or somebody, if Pete was like the Democratic frontrunner, and somebody like Crowder was saying, so here we have Pete Buttigieg, we're going to talk about him today, I would be like, okay, like that's homophobic as fuck. Yeah.
Okay, well, Crowder saying it, and I feel like random one of us political Twitch streamers saying it, I feel it's like a two different contexts a little bit there. But so I'm not.
Well, wait. I disagree with what you just said. So like, when you say two different contexts, this is the gamer word argument, right? And I don't agree with that. Like the idea that like, so I should be able to call my friend an F-slur because the context is way different, right? You know I'm LGBT friendly, right? We never let those arguments slide in other places. Why do we use the context argument here? That feels like a betrayal of principle because we're trying to push a political agenda. That's what it feels like to me.
Well, I guess more I'm using the like the context of past actions. Like we kind of know Crowder is like questionable to say the least here. So
well, yeah, but like, would you let me slide by on context if I wanted to start calling people like F slurs? Like, would that be okay? Because you know I'm LGBT friendly. Like,
yeah, no, I wouldn't. But like,
yeah, so like if you wouldn't let it slide there, why would you be okay with somebody calling somebody booty judge? As making fun of their name explicitly, like if it could be seen homophobically, like why would you be okay with one person if you know they're not homophobic versus another?
So let me clarify that, okay, real quick here. So I don't think of Booty Judge as like anything to do with actual booty. It's more that's what his name sounds like. The name sounds like you're saying the two words booty and judge, so it's just like easier to say it in that way. So you say it for fun. I also didn't know he was gay until like after his first town hall on CNN. I have called him Booty Judge on my stream, but that was because like he said some very stupid shit in the past about like how we need to be like less policy oriented and try to figure out what our faith as a nation needs to be to come together. You know, some cries of religiosity. And for that reason, I'm like, okay, well, he's kind of a shitty candidate, so I don't really care about it anymore. So then at that point, I disregarded him as Booty Judge because it was just like, you know, just to me, comical candidate at that point. Yeah. Had nothing to do with them being gay, and I didn't even know he was gay at that time.
Yeah, same. I didn't know until like a day or two ago. Like I had no idea. But it's just one of those things. And like I said, like at the time, like I didn't think it was a huge deal. Like I wasn't like oh, Son is homophobic, blah blah blah. He's a horrible person. Like I was like, oh yeah, like I could definitely say being homophobic. Like I would never do that. I think it's a bad idea. I can understand people. Like I think Kyle Kalinske started it. I don't think Hasan is homophobic or.
Because the issue here is like whenever you cry something to this caliber of oversensitivity, I feel like it's the same thing as 2016 election. Whenever Bernie interrupted Hillary at one of the primary debates, and then they were calling Bernie sexist, and it's like, So what can you do then when you're that level of oversensitive and overreading into what is a basic action?
Well, I don't think Bernie was ever being sexist, but here's the outlook that I'm looking on, right? Like, let's say for instance, like Pete becomes like the Democratic frontrunner, and now like all of these other people, like Steven Crowder and Stefan Molyneux and like Trump or whatever, like are calling him like the booty judge, right? Oh, here's this gay candidate, right? This gay guy, the booty judge, right? How are you ever going to be like, hold on, like you can't call him booty judge? That's being really homophobic. How can you ever say that when everybody on the left has been using booty judge as a way to disparage him, right? Like, you have no leg to stand on. Like, it just seems like a real dumb way to like attack a candidate. I don't know. And like I think I made a post on my subreddit just kind of like summarizing position. Again, to be fair, like this isn't something I don't think this is like worth like murdering someone over. Like I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. It just seems like one of those things where it's like it seems like a pretty obvious thing to not like I don't know, like calling a gay guy with the last name booty judge just seems like a dumb way to do it. Like I think in the thread that I made there's like two I linked like two examples of like actual like homophobic people like using booty judge as like a slur. It's like people can do it. It's like I don't know why empower people with it. I don't know. But that was just like my point of view.
Again, I would say it's more of a judgment of character rather than a judgment of their sexual orientation. Though I guess you could say booty judge. I mean, fuck. I wouldn't even say the thing here is like I don't see booty judge as explicitly like of sexual orientation. I can see straight people being like judging booty. If you're Sir Mix-a-Lot and you drop in a 2019 track, yeah, you motherfucker, you a booty judge.
I mean, like,
I don't
you can say that, but like, what if if somebody like Steven Crowder were to say something like, Pete, that guy is such a piece of shit. Like, I can tell that cocksucker, is like a huge Democratic shill, right? Like, sucking dick isn't like a gay thing. But like, would you feel the same way? Would you have that same defense? You're like, well, okay, like, I mean, more women probably suck dick than men. Like, I wouldn't feel like that's homophobic at all. Or would you be like, oh, fuck, I don't know. Like, when Crowder says that, like, I don't know how I would feel about that. Like, I don't know. Like, it just seems like one of those things where it's like,
I see you going with the principle stuff here, and I keep coming back to the fact that if Crowder said it, it's a different thing. I know the pre-existing context of who that character is compared to another person saying it. So I kind of like draw it as like a intent X character judgment kind of. So that could be me. I mean, I'm not winning it on a principle basis here, but how I would interpret it, I feel how most would interpret it is like is a little bit different there.
Okay, yeah, maybe, sure. Yeah, I mean, again, it's not like none of my arguments with the sun were hinging on this, but I don't know, it's just something that I'm not comfortable with.
But yeah, like I mean, I do. Okay, one thing I will say here is that yeah, if Pete became like the front runner, I think unanimously at that point, yeah, you'd want to like. I think everyone would turn off the booty judge or just like not make any like because he's like the first openly gay Democratic primary to make it this far. There's obviously the priority to not come off in any kind of way anti-gay or homophobic. So yeah, people would just lay off just because of the respect of having the advocacy for openly gay people to not be harassed, whether it be in public office or whatever. Like that greater good outweighs I guess maybe being edgy a little bit by saying booty judge or whatever. I do agree with you though. I mean, you say cocksucker, and yeah, that is like that does come off as kind of derogatory. So yeah, you're right. I wouldn't say that, but I wouldn't equate booty judge to cocksucker either though. But now we're getting to some like really,
yeah, I don't think they're quite the same. But it's like it's something
so.
It's so easy to avoid. I don't know, like why go down that route? I don't know. That's just me. But
okay, no, you got a fair point. I guess it's something I'll keep in mind. But again, it's more because like he said some really dumb shit, and that's whenever I wrote him off as a trash candidate because again he was like advocating that we have that I mean, the dude literally went on fuck was it the town hall marathon on CNN or was it the first the debates that we had the couple weeks back here where he just like again had no policy specificity if I recall correctly. Like, even you said like when his answer was to the incidents when he was mayor with the cop and the cop firing and everything else, like he just like didn't even like really deliver on that whole thing. They're just like kind of like admitted, yeah, I'm at fault, but still vote for me anyway. So I don't know. Just again, the effectiveness of his candidacy is what kind of dictated to me that he was a joke. And by the joke, I just took his name and just said, what it is, what it sounds like, booty judge, and go from there.
Sure.
But we can. But again, we're kind of making a moot point now, going in a circle here. But just that was the one thing that I had heard about from the entirety of the beef that I was like, well, okay, I'm gonna try to challenge on that a little bit there, because I feel like if it is as it was explained to me here, then that's kind of like, again, kind of goes back here to the 2016 stuff. So I'm not really a fan of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if just interrupting a woman, even if they're like blatantly lying or gish galloping during said debate is being sexist, well, good golly goddamn, dude, what happened to where do we go from there? Like that's a very dangerous slippery slope at that point.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially if said woman's being particularly disingenuous. So
wait, I'm curious. Do you know why Pete fired that police chief?
Because the police chief had unauthorized recordings of private conversations without legal consent, right?
Yeah, supposedly there was an FBI investigation on the police chief, yeah.
Right, and the fact was that, but what was discovered from those recordings did prove that there was a fraudulent activity in the police department.
I don't think so, no. None of that ever got to court. Pete himself was never actually even heard. Everything was settled out of court. Racism? Nope, everything was settled out of court. Which
would be in the minutes of which would be the minutes of what though?
Well, it could be that Pete wanted it to go away and didn't want to waste city resources fighting it or whatever. But I believe that part of the settlement, you can fact check this, somebody in chat if I'm wrong, but I believe that part of the settlement was the officers explicitly stating that no racist material had been heard. Although I think there was one prosecutor that came out and said that she felt she had heard racist stuff. So I don't know where it actually comes from. Yeah.
I hate to get conspiratorial on that end too here, but I mean, there's been times where cops have been like freed of charges and not acquitted on fucking anything, on things that were like super suspectful or anything like that.
Yeah, for sure.
They get away with it. So it's, I don't know, whenever it's like punishing like PD violations, it seems like it's like, I don't know. It's I don't have, I guess I'm kind of going anecdotal Andy right now because I don't have like any citation to like bring it to a tangible means, but like fuck, dude, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, it seemed pretty messy. Like everything was like pretty fucked. Yeah, but but that's another one where I don't know, dude. I just don't like the framing of I don't like the framing like Pete fired the black mayor, Pete the mayor fired the black police chief. Right? It's probably because he's really racist. It's like, I don't know if that's necessarily fair. Like, Pete got blindsided finding out that his police chief was like under investigation by the FBI. Well, that's what some people put it as, right? Yeah.
Okay, no. So I don't agree with that. I don't agree that. I wouldn't look at it as a racist angle. I'd look at it as it's incompetent. Like that was a bad call. Like
possibly, yeah.
I mean, I have to like read further into the specificity of how those recordings were executed and everything else here, but like. We obviously need police department reform. There's clearly has hesitation for any kind of basis for transparency, whether it be like body cams or evidence bags, or just like trying to double down on like exploiting areas that have like what's it called whenever the demographics are flipped and it's like majority non-black cops patrolling majority black areas.
Oh, they call it. The goal is to have like a police force that resembles your community or whatever. I don't know what the term specifically you're looking for is, but I know what you're talking about. Like you don't want to have like a 99% police force that's white.
If I recall, right? Is I'm thinking of Charleston. I don't know. It's like somewhere problematic like Charleston, where it's like majority black population with a almost exclusively white police force, and then just but you get it though.
Yeah. So, but so someone in chat typed this. Body cams, racial bias training, community policing efforts all started in South Bend Police Department because of Mayor Pete. I've heard mixed things on like the effort that he's tried to have in terms of like racial unity and racial division in his city. But there was similar stuff on Kamala Harris too, like related to that law related to illegal immigrants, where like she's like historically like supported repealing the Hyde Amendment has to do with abortion, I think. The Planned Parenthood and abortion stuff. She's historically supported like Dreamers and stuff related to the DACA stuff. I think Kamala said on day one that when she got into office, her first thing would be like reinstating DACA by executive order if Congress wouldn't do it. So like the framing that like, oh, she hates illegal immigrants is like, well, I don't know if that's fair. Like I feel like things are just a little bit more complicated. Like my kind of like my overall complaint with politics, like the reason why I got into it actually like 4 years ago is I always felt like all the conversations were so disingenuous. It's like I think that like policy is really hard, and being a politician is really hard, and all of this shit is so complicated that like it's not as easy as just to say like this person did this thing because they hate black people or hate illegal immigrants. Like, well, there's probably a lot more going on here that's worth discussing, and like those conversations just get totally blown over because it's like, oh, Kamala Harris, well, she's the person that uses the police to rape and murder women and children. So what do you think about her? She's horrible. It's like, well, okay, yeah.
She's a shitty candidate in my opinion, but those are the reasons I would even like dwell on there. It's just like blatantly tied corruption to private prisons, and for that reason alone, you're already like way out of my reach.
Yeah, for sure.
But,
yeah, to be clear, I'm sorry, to be clear, because people I'm not defending Kamala Harris. She might be a shit-ass candidate. I haven't looked into her that much. But the attacks that I did see against her by Hasan were just totally fucking horrible. But yeah, it might be that she's like super shit. And the favorite candidates that I'm still polling for right now are Bernie and Elizabeth Warren anyway. So.
Yep, that would be my two as well. In that order. The fuck, what was I gonna say about this two here? You brought up the Hyde Amendment, right? And that was the thing she was pulling for in the. This is more like a minor nitpick that's one to specify on my end, not anything about you here, but I believe that question was one of those like that the format on the dim debate stage was so fucking terrible. Like these things when they asked the questions, like specifically that one was like one about like, you know, what are you gonna do in your first 100 days? And it's like, oh my god, that's such a fucking shitty question, dude. I'm not a fan of it. It's like it's so wet noodle blanket wide. Like you can just kind of like shoot like a gun in the air and you can call the sky the target. You know, I'm gonna do things. The end. Like, but what's gonna get executed? You know, what can you do short of like a executive order and like hope the fuck that you got like your cabinets in check to be able to like do anything within reason? You know, because given that the midterms here didn't go super duper lefty here, so it's still pretty mixed or stagnant or Republican majority in most of them. So
yeah, sure.
I just wanted to like bring up like that. So I mean, that question about the Hyde Amendment was just like that amongst those. I'm like, okay, this is like it's you don't get anything out of it. There's no concrete there. It's kind of frustrating. So
okay. All right. Do you have any final thoughts for us, buddy?
No. So again, audience is watching right now. I'm sorry I couldn't bring any like interesting takes or insight into the whole operation here. I haven't heard Hasan's side, and I haven't watched the VOD, so I'm lacking dire context here. But I still want to get called a bitch for not bringing it up. So I'm glad you were cooperative and let me hear your side at least.
Yeah, I'll always cooperate with the authorities. Don't worry, buddy. If you have any more questions, you've got my number. You can call me.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, you know your rights, bitch.
Yeah.
No, man. No, dude. I want you to get some sleep, man. You seem drained and tired.
It's just
right
this
now.
place is so fucking weird. Like, do you have my stream up?
No, I don't. Let me do it real quick.
This is the outside right now.
You see here. You know what? Wait, is this your first time in Sweden?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Okay, right. On that note here, this question I got for you. What is, in your American POV, what has weirded you out the most?
What is on my stream right now?
So I see you're pointing out a window. What am I looking at?
It's fucking midnight, dude. It's 11:40 at night. Like, it's the sun like never fucking sets here. It's really fucking weird. It's like there's literally like 4 hours of nighttime. Like I've been waking up at like 5 a.m. like every day, and like the sun is like out and shining, and it's like it's really fucking weird.
Is Sweden that high on the globe location? Like I know like Alaska has a similar problem with that, where like sunsets last like 3 weeks long and shit like that. So
yeah, it's real fucking weird.
Is that the only thing though? Like you didn't have like any like cultural observations that maybe like you've learned from Sweden to America?
Roundabouts are really cool. I wish every time I'm in Europe or in any non-American country, I don't know why we don't have more roundabouts. It makes intersections so much better.
You said roundabouts?
Yeah, roundabouts. I think everything
here. Americans can't drive, dude. Americans don't know what the fucking word yield
means.
Yeah,
I know, so but like that's why roundabouts are better, right? You don't have to know how to like navigating a roundabout is so much easier and more intuitive than navigating like stop signs. Like it's so much easier and it's so much better for traffic. So you don't have to know like what the fuck you're doing. You drive in. Is anybody gonna hit you to the left? Nope. Then you go fucking through, right? Like it's easy.
You're not wrong. The irony here is the fact that like Americans are professionals at the fucking California stop. You know, it's like, yeah, all right, stop sign, yeah, whatever, I'm good to go. Like you're yielding anyway, but then when there's a yield, you don't even fucking look. You're just like, oh, I get right away. Fuck you, bitch. Dude, like, have you ever had someone like you're getting on the highway, you have right away, they're in the yield lane, and then their fucking floor, you're not even looking to check if they have to obey anything else?
Actually, in California,
oh my God, dude.
So you're in a different part of the country. In California, people actually respect turn signals like a motherfucker, which is something I've noticed. And it was really hard because I've driven to California so much. It was really hard to drive in Nebraska after driving in California. When you're in California and you turn on a signal, people know you're gonna fucking merge, right? Like it was actually crazy. Like because it took me a while to get used to. In California, if I turn on a signal, even if I'm at like the front of a line of cars, they'll respect it. You can edge in there and you'll fucking be in. When you're in the Midwest and you turn on a signal, people will fucking fight you for your lane. It is horrible, dude. When you're in the Midwest and you're driving and you turn on your signal, that guy behind you is speeding the fuck up every time. And I'm like, what the fuck? But like in California, I'll be driving and dude, it took me so long to get used to this. I'll be like, oh dude, like there's no way I can get in here. Like I'm never gonna be in. Like I'll try. I turn on my signal and I start to get in. It's like, oh shit, like this motherfucker's letting him in. And they don't even like wave or anything in California. They just like expect it. And it's like, holy shit.
Oh my God, dude. Well, you see, the problem is here is like, you know, because California, like there's so much congestion, you can't really be territorial. But you know, when you're out in more rural roading areas, it's like my lane, bro. This is man, they better suck these truck nuts, and then just like so. If you're trying to get anywhere, they view any kind of lane invasion as cutting them off. Like they're so territorial, hot tempered, little chihuahua ball sack, little fucks, dude. It's so fucking annoying, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's mega annoying. I'll go further here for you. If I had Thanos's fucking snap, dude, I would get rid of, dude. I want Michigan lefts, fucking nationwide and roundabouts everywhere.
What are Michigan lefts?
Michigan lefts are it's actually where you can't do left turns raw out of over intersections. So you know you have like.
Wait, is there like a turn signal for all of them?
What you do is you turn right, and there's going to be an adjacent U-turn little thing on the road.
Dude, I do this. I actually trademarked this move. People in my chat hate this. It's called the right turn U-turn.
Yeah.
If you're trying to turn left at a red light and you know it's gonna be like a fucking 2-minute light, you fucking right turn, you fucking flip around, you U-turn. Hell yeah, baby.
Oh, dude.
People get so triggered on that shit.
Yo, when it's like 2 a.m. and you're riding through like in the city, like, dude, fuck it, dude. Shit.
Hell yeah, baby.
I haven't done that myself, dude. Fuck it, bro. Like, what's the cop gonna tell you, man? Just fuck it.
I'm pretty sure a cop will pull you over if they see you do that shit. I'm pretty sure. I feel like
probably so, but you're also, if you're smart, you're not gonna do it when there's like cops around.
Yeah, of course.
Fuck it, dude.
Yeah.
If you want that real grime, dude, you know, I knew a friend who would actually like go through gas stations. Like if you had to turn right at a light and there was no turn lane,
cut through the parking lot or whatever.
Yeah, just cut through the parking lot, dude. Like fuck it, bro. Like get her done. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, I've done this before as well here. When
I used to do that a couple times
back in 2012 when I was a university student, dude. Like I had to go, man. Like I'm trying to beat traffic, dude. I didn't give a fuck. I would do what I had to do to get the hell out of there.
I've done that before, but I don't do it anymore because usually, or what can happen is if you pass through like the gas station parking lot, as soon as you go through, cars are coming from like the other stoplight, and then by the time they're done, people are turning right from the last stoplight you were at, and then all of a sudden you're waiting for cars that you were behind to go past you while you're waiting in the gas station fucking parking lot. So I found like in those situations, it's better to just follow the fucking traffic, unless there's like exceptional shit going on.
Sounds like you're a beta and you didn't floor it to get your way in there, boy.
Maybe. I drive small cars, okay?
Listen, yeah, it's
I don't want to fight.
You are right. You can get double cucked if you don't like hit that gap after the right turn. The right turn traffic goes through when you're waiting at the. Wait. The fact that I'm even telling you and breaking down to you the meta of gas station cutting means that I'm obviously an asshole and I drive like a fucking dick in the first place.
Wait. Okay. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you a super heated question, okay?
Okay.
Do you remember the portal question?
Yes. If you
Okay.
drop
Yep.
a
This is
cube
more
on a.
heated. This is more heated than the portal question, okay? Are you ready?
Okay. Okay.
You're about to either gain a lot of fans or lose a lot of fans, so be careful how you answer this, alright?
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's say that you're at a four-way. Have you ever been at like a backed up like four-way stop before? Like a four-way stop sign where it's like traffic in all directions?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Where you have to inspect who's leading and who's
Kind
alpha
of,
and who's
yeah.
beta on
So
initiatives.
like
Okay. Yeah.
when you get to these intersections, I'm just curious
Mhm.
how traffic seems to go for you. There's one of two options. Either one, you get to the intersection and then you try to figure out like, well, who stopped first, and then that person's the right of way, and then you go by based on who stopped first. Or two, it just seems like the opposites are always going. So the guy in front of you goes and you go, then the guy to the left and right go, and then the front because of the people that are like body blocking the other intersections. Which do you think
Oh,
tends to happen more?
wait. Which one do I tend to do more?
Well, like,
Which
or
one tends to happen
what do you
more?
tend to like see happen more?
Oh, I do the alpha thing, dude. If I pulled up fourth and the guy coming straight across towards me is going, I'm gonna go with him because I'm just gonna expedite the entire thing. Like, dude, fuck that.
Okay,
Like,
stop. Okay, stop. No, we're not
I'm,
gonna talk about. No, 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 no. We're done talking about. It. We're done talking about. It. Okay, we're done talking about it.
did I confess the wrong thing right now, or did I is
That's
that correct?
100% how it works. That's my answer. But everybody in my
Oh,
chat is gonna
oh, oh,
fucking hate you.
for sure, dude. Oh yeah, man.
But like, okay,
Um,
hold on. Let me restate what you just said, so we completely understand each other. So you're coming up to an
mhm,
intersection. There are people to the left and right
right,
of you. They might have gotten there before you, but if the guy in front of
correct.
you is going because he's there first, you're always going.
Mhm.
Because the left and right guys aren't going. You're gonna go because he's
Yeah,
like
they're,
fucking.
they're, they're paralyzed. They literally can't go. Yeah, because my option is straight. I can go.
Yep. Okay,
Correct.
that's all I wanted, buddy. Okay. You're not.
Yeah.
Good job. You're not at
Or if
risk
you're
of getting
like
canceled.
now, if
I
you're
love you,
like
buddy.
if you're like half alpha, okay, if you're going straight and the guy coming towards you is also going straight,
Hmm.
yeah, that's pretty fair there. If you're like giga alpha though, if he's going straight and you're going right, yeah, you can just fucking go right too if you want,
Yeah,
honestly.
for sure.
Like
Yeah, of
fuck it.
course. Yeah, because he's body blocking, right?
Yeah,
Fucking
exactly.
amen, dude.
Like every
Wait, real
variable
quick,
that
just
plays
to
out.
one final thing. Link the picture, guys, just so we're 100 million% on the same page. Link the picture, okay?
No,
Sorry, go ahead.
I know what you're talking. I understand what you're talking about. No, I've done it before. I'll even give you one better. You want okay, what I described to you was like I told you like semi alpha and then giga alpha.
Yeah.
You allow me to give you want to give you let me give you hyper alpha, okay?
Hmm.
So you're in you have a 5-lane road, two lanes, 2 lanes opposing, 2 lanes going towards, and the turning lane, right? You're at
Hmm.
traffic light, you're on green yield. Um the hyper alpha thing you can do at that point is like if traffic is congested, you cannot get your turn on the green yield and it turns yellow. What do? What you should have done is pulled out
Pulled
into
out
the
of the
middle of the
intersection.
intersection.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just like when it's yellow going to red, they can't run the light because it's confirmed it's already going to be red on their end.
Hmm.
You're blocking everything.
Yep.
Everyone's literally throttled by your presence blocking all intersections.
Yeah, of
You get a
course.
free pass to the turn.
My favorite thing about
Hyper alpha.
my favorite thing about LA is that people do that two at a light. So like in other places, generally one person pulls out of the intersection. In LA, it's always two. Two people are always going through at a red light. I love it. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, dude, yeah. Oh, yellow means floor, man. Like I admit there are some lights where like you sometimes you get like a 4-second yellow or like a 7-second yellow, but like, dude, yellow means just fucking go, dude. Like you ain't gotta worry about shit.
Okay, wait, I don't condone that. I condone the left turn stuff. I don't condone Florida on yellow. Wait, where is Somebody link the picture of the A and B, the
Well, let
the
me
traffic,
clarify that.
the stop sign, real quick. Yeah.
Before you call me like a kamikaze here, I only do this on lights I'm familiar with. Around where I
Okay.
am. If I'm in a foreign area, I wouldn't like cheese it on yellows because some yellows are like sub 3 seconds, but like
Hmm.
4 to 7 seconds. If you're already going, you can get in there.
Okay. Okay, I'm just
So
waiting for this picture and then we'll be done with this. Okay, hold on.
gotcha. I mean, look, I'm getting worse around my chat here, but like y'all know it's true. Y'all just beta.
Dude, you need to be done on this. You're gonna get so much hate over this. I argued with this for like 2 days, and I think my chat was like 70% against me. Do you like California drivers? To be honest, I kind of think that like the driving in LA is actually okay. I don't think I've seen like horrible fucking. They're pretty aggressive, but like I don't know if
It's
I'm
more the
just
traffic,
biased,
right?
but like the worst shit I saw, dude, Miami is fucking insane. I don't know if I'm racist or what,
Oh.
but oh my god, dude. Hispanic people driving on fucking Highway 1, Miami, that shit is a fucking nightmare. Those motherfuckers are crazy. Like in LA, there's a lot of
Like
traffic and it sucks and
when
it's
you say
annoying, but
when you say crazy, we're talking like blind spot lane change, not a fuck given. Like it's the highway, it's my way. Like we
this
can
is what I'm
swerve like
talking
whatever.
about.
Like
This is what I'm
what?
talking about. This is what I've had this happen to me multiple times. So remember what we just talked about? Like you pull out into the intersection to make a left turn, right? And you're waiting there to make the
Yeah,
left turn for it to clear. And
yeah.
Miami, people will pull out in front of you while you're doing
Wait,
that to
what?
turn it. Yeah,
What?
you'll be in the middle of the intersection waiting to turn left, and someone will pull in front of you to turn left. You'll be like, "What the fuck just happened?" Or sometimes this happened to me in Miami. I swear to God, you might be in the middle lane about to go straight, and then the light turns green, and as soon as it turns green, the guy to the left of you floors it because he's trying to turn right. So he'll get in front of you over two. I'm like, "What the? Yeah, no, dude, it is
What?
It is crazy. People in Miami drive like fucking crazy. It is unbelievable. It's on another level. It's another level of driving. It's like GTA shit. Yeah, holy
Oh my
fuck.
god.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
I can make turns from the center lane. What the fuck you talking about, boy? Let me show you how to get her done.
Okay, wait. Okay, so real quick, just as a final quick thing, okay? Here are the pictures. Of these two pictures, yeah, which one do you think would naturally happens at like intersections?
Let me Okay, so irrelevant of what I do. And you're asking me now, what do I think happens?
Yeah,
more
what like
often?
or like what should happen, I guess, or what do you think happens?
Honestly, yeah, B happens where like people like it's completely stagnant. It's very basic. Everyone's arguing over who stopped first, and everyone's just like not agreeing on that. And you got some people who are doing like double, because some people, the problem here is that some people are trained properly to do the correct double stop at a stop sign, but some people like that came and went in the driver's ed test, and you abandon that real quick here. So you have a non-consistent standard of double stops and single stops. And you have to determine, like, who stopped first, and everyone's just kind of like arguing over what to do.
Oh, so you think
And
B
so
happens more, but you would advocate for A?
correct.
Okay, interesting.
Do you
I feel
think?
like I see A happen more when I drive in Nebraska. Like it was always just opposites going. But okay, yeah, just curious.
Yeah.
Okay.
It kind of depends on what kind of driver you are too, though. This is kind of more of like a personality based thing than I would say a region based thing. Because if you're self-centered or narcissistic or just like an aggressive aggressive person, yeah, you're gonna definitely go for A opportunities if you can. But if you're gonna call back to like what is spec, you probably would do B. I mean, I don't really know, honestly.
I think legally B might be spec. I'm not sure, but like, oh my god, it's so cucked.
Oh,
Like
okay,
in B, like watching that guy go, watching that guy.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
What was watching that guy in B go straight and then waiting for the guy across the street from him to go straight because he's waiting for the guy to the left of him to go is like so cucked. It's so stupid. But oh yeah, but legally, yeah, no one gives a fuck. Fuck stop signs legally or fucking it's a nightmare. Okay, fuck that shit.
Really, man, roundabouts, man, they're fucking lit, dude. They are sick. Oh my god, dude, I cannot wait for dude, fucking. When in 2030, whenever Andrew Yang actually wins and he just like says, you know what, fuck it, we're eradicating all stop signs. They're all gonna be roundabouts now.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Okay.
Fuck yeah, dude.
All right. Well, hey, listen, I love everybody. It's been fun.
Yeah, dude. Good shit, man. I'll see you next week, maybe if you maybe possibly.
Yeah, sure. Have fun. Peace out, dude.
All right, man. Later.
Bye.
Do you remember when Nintendo had a big announcement for a new product, and it was boxes? Do you remember?